Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a good day today. I figured I would do a stream today. I didn't know if I was going to do one. I didn't know what was going on. I haven't streamed in a bit since the game last week. So, obviously, this week, Thursday, we're going to be streaming the game. We're going to be doing all that as usual. But I do appreciate everybody coming here today. And just to, kind of go over just joint practice the past couple days, to kind of go over some of the highlights and some of the good things that have happened. And obviously some of the bad, but more good than bad. I think the Eagles have took advantage of this competition, and I feel like they're just changing by the day. And I feel like this team is changing by the day, just every single day. And I don't know. I feel like I just feel a different, there's something else in the air right now that's just so different with this team. And I feel like, I know practicing, just doing training camp, just ourselves is a whole different story when we're facing our own team. But when we actually face another jersey, I feel like we just play better. I think it's just better for the team. That's why I want to get as much out of this joint practice as possible as of right now. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in, commenting on the videos, and giving the support that you always do give me, and I'm very grateful for it. And I love all you guys. So much love to everybody that's in here. So obviously I'm here to answer your questions, and just kind of give your take on what's really going on and what do you guys think. Everything's an opinion, so there's no right or wrong answer. But I think all of us really, kind of come to the conclusion of that this team looks very prepared. And I don't feel like this team is going to come out slow in the regular season. I feel like this team is going to punch somebody in the mouth. That's why, even at the receiver position, I don't want to go out and get a veteran receiver. I don't want to do that because, at this point, these receivers have been locked in cages for way too long. You want to unleash these guys and see what they could do. And I think they're hungry. I think they want to prove a point, and they want to prove a point to themselves and to the fan base and for the organization. So it's been pretty good. So I appreciate everybody dropping by. Usually I do the late streams, but I figured I'd do one for an hour or two early, see what you guys are doing. So appreciate everybody. Let me just get the stream on my phone quick because I forgot to do that real fast. But I hope everybody's having a good day, ready for Thursday. Should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping Jalen Hurts plays I don't know, at least a quarter, if that's the case. Don't know if that's going to happen, but I hope he at least plays a quarter. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, it's probably going to be a dress rehearsal game, most likely. So I would figure maybe they should do, not a half, but at least a quarter if that's the case. So appreciate everybody being here. BLSU, what's going on? What's going on, Joe? I can't believe Kerryon Johnson was taken off. Yeah, Kerryon Johnson was waived. That knee injury, I guess, was more serious than we thought it was going to be. Maybe he'll come back on IR. Maybe he'll go through waivers. I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to pick him up while he's injured. Eagles could probably pick him back up if they want to do that. It's really up to him. What's going on, Wild Husky King? What's going on? John says, I think Kerryon will go to the injured list if he's not picked up on waivers. That probably could happen, most likely. We just have to look out for that. Jock, what's going on, man? We're rolling right now. Husky said, "Did you see the hand grab by Rager?" Yeah, it's the second time he's done it. He did it against Darius Slay, and then he just did it against another corner the other day today. So Rager is coming into his own. Like, I'm on the Rager train hard this year, man. Like, I really am, because last year, you can't really single out any player last year. Really can't, because this whole offense was a total mess, a disaster, no development, no production, no good coaches. So it's been kind of crazy. It's been a crazy ride. I mean, Rager has promised us he's going to play better. He's going to play really well. It looks like we just have to have that transfer into the season. I think that's what's really important, and see what happens there. While Meets Me, says, did you hear about the conversation between Ertz and Belichick yesterday? I thought I saw a conversation that was up between them, but I didn't know if it was actually true or not, so I didn't really post anything about that. But yeah, I saw some things on that. I mean, everyone's speculating a Zach Ertz trade to the Patriots. At this point, I don't know what's going on. I mean, Tyree Jackson, I'm a huge fan of. Like, Tyree Jackson caught another touchdown today. Tyree Jackson has got to make the roster. In my opinion, he really has to make the roster as of right now. He really has to at this point, because you know what? At the end of the day, Richard Rodgers is a good player, but a good veteran player, but I just think they should develop a third-string tight end. If they're keeping Zach Ertz, if the plan is to keep Zach Ertz, you keep Dallas Goedert. Obviously, they're trying to give him an extension. Zach Ertz is going after this year, and I pretty much think at this point you got to keep Tyree Jackson. I think the Eagles need to do whatever they possibly can to keep Tyree Jackson. Well, he hasn't been released yet, so that's a good thing as of right now. So hopefully see more out of him this coming Thursday. Be a lot of fun. Phil Milligan says, "May we actually have a legit wide receiver group?" I think we might. I think we actually might. I'm telling you, I think we were blessed with this coaching staff that really has turned this receiver core around. I think Aaron Moorhead has been a good wide receiver coach. Even last year, I can't put too much on Aaron Moorhead because, he's not calling the plays. He doesn't have the playbook. He's not, he's only supposed to get them prepared for the week. But if they're not getting put in the right positions to win football games, then that's a huge problem. It's a huge ordeal. It's a huge problem. So that's what I'm getting out of it. Common Star said, wasn't surprising that Kerryon got cut. He wasn't that good with the lines and was injured a good amount. Yes, he was. He's been injured. He's been stinted with injuries his whole career. That's been the big problem with him. Great bruiser back. I think he's better than Jordan Howard, but unfortunately, this is what happens. Now, prime time, Stephen says, just imagine if the team is good, we resign all the guys to one-year deals with 3 first-round picks. I mean, don't know if we're getting 3 first-round picks yet, guys. I would still wait on that. Carson Wentz is trying to come back the first game. I wouldn't say that. Right now, my mind is pretty much telling me that we have 2 firsts and 2 seconds. That's where I'm going with it right now. So, Nina Allison, what's going on? Edward Wright says, smash that like button for Joey. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate everybody that's coming in right now. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Guys, haven't liked the stream, please like the stream before you leave today. Much appreciate everybody down in the description below. We do have other ways to support me as well, so do appreciate everybody that's showing up to the preseason games. A lot of support there, and everybody's been it's been a lot of fun watching the game with everybody, so appreciate it. Nita says that Rager catch was fire. It was a lot. It was great. When I read that this morning, I was like, wow, that's awesome. I hope they had video on it, and they did. Rager put the video up himself from his iPad, whatever, that they used to look at tape and stuff, and then obviously the media the Philadelphia media did put stuff up on it, which was awesome. Dragon Fox, Quez Watkins, Von Smith, Jalen Rager are going to be nice. I think it's like a triplet. It's like the triplets of the wide receivers. I mean, this might be the best wide receiver core we've had. And look, I'm not trying to jump the gun. I know the season hasn't started yet, but it's looking real promising right now. It really is. Comment Star said, I think we'll be competitive, that's for sure, but I need to see the first game before I have any type of excitement for this current team. Look, at the same time, I have excitement regardless. Number 1, football's back. Number 2, we didn't have an off season last year, so I don't even care. Excitement is going to be here because we didn't have anything last year. I think we're just excited. I can't wait to go to the opener. I'm excited for that, and obviously to watch the preseason game on Thursday, see what these guys do. Wild Husky said, do you think the Eagles can start off 3-0? Falcons, no different. $40, no offense. Cowboys. I think with the 49ers might be a tough game. It might be. With the Cowboys, it's primetime game. It's really anybody's game. Whoever shows up, shows up. I don't think there's with these NFC East games, it's always competitive every single year. That's just how it's been. That's how it is. So, Alex Smith, should I pick Quez Watkins up at fantasy? I would do it right now. Zintown 3L says, do you think Gainwell could beat Scott for third back? I don't know. That one's going to be a tough. Now, I don't know. Now with Kerryon Johnson out of the mix, are they going to keep two more elusive backs? If they keep 4 backs, they use an extra roster spot. Now, the Eagles have 2 extra roster spots they could use. What are they going to use them on? I have no idea, but that's definitely something to definitely look at. I mean, I would definitely use one on running back and definitely probably use one on wide receiver. I don't know. Depends what they do. And obviously, injuries and stuff like that. So you have to be really careful because usually if you get injuries to another position, then you got to use those roster spots. You have to start cutting people you don't want to cut, and that's what we don't want as of right now. Edward Wright says, I'm hopeful for the Eagles season. I'll be happy if they just look good and play well. Playoffs would be a bonus. I think they can actually win the division this year. I think this team is so underrated. Other NFC East fans, other fans around the NFL, and media people around the NFL really overlook this team, and they don't understand how many players haven't reached the surface yet in development. And I think Nick Sirianni and his crew and his coaching staff is really taking out all the max production, especially Jonathan Gann, that defense. Alex Singleton and TJ Edwards balling out in red zone today, getting multiple picks, doing a fantastic job. Kevon Wallace getting into Cam Newton's head today, which was fantastic. This defensive line always getting pressure. I think this is a better defensive line in 2017. I think this team is going to be well over the block of production. I think we're way ahead of schedule than we should be. I didn't think we'd be this. I didn't think we'd be in this with joint practices. I didn't know. I didn't really what to think of going into training camp of how productive we were going to be. I was hoping it was going to be real busy, and I hope that a lot of players were going to get some attention, but I didn't think it was going to be this much. And it's really proved me wrong of what this coaching staff has actually done with this team and how they've been doing it. So it's been fantastic. It's been so exciting, so fantastic. I love it. Got Xavier Davis says, I feel as though that season a couple years ago when the receivers couldn't catch the ball got us anxious about the this year's wide receivers. Yeah, even if you go back to 2000, you go back to 2016, even if you go back to 2018 or 2019 as well, when guys couldn't catch the ball. Nelson Aguilar especially couldn't catch the ball on certain plays. And then injuries. Injuries have been the big problem for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, this team should be fully healthy going into the season. That's why having 3 preseason games is fantastic, because now you have the extra couple weeks to get healthy, get prepared, and get them ready for the first game, going right into Atlanta. So, Ohana Means said, you see Tebow was released earlier. I want him to. He wasn't playing as a tight end, regardless. But I think we're fine at tight end. We're way, we're way better at that right now. Romero says, I need to start my own channel. Every time I watch content, I want to join the family, bro. Trust me, a lot of people have been doing it. So I think the time that we talked on that call, and I think you were very specific. We were talking about Carson Wentz at the time. I thought you were very great that day. So, dude, make a channel, man. I mean, it doesn't hurt. That's what I did. 125-850 we didn't have training camp or preseason. Nah, and we had a couple weeks at the link for some practice games. Other than that, that's all we did last year. That's all we had last year. That's all the evaluation we had last year. But I don't put that on the players. I put that on the coaching staff. I mean, that's just how it goes. Dixie Dorber says, I've been saying it since the hired Sirianni. The team is going to prove people wrong. And I think you're right. I think they are. I think they're really going to prove people wrong. Eagle Slayer, what's going on? And one for all. Everybody's here. Everybody is here today. Damian Francisco, what's going on, man? If Rager Quez can play half as good as Camp has been, we are going to have a great season. I think we will. Even when Rager catches that touchdown, Quez is in his face, and I just see that, man, I just want to put a football helmet on and want to play for this team. Like, they make me want to play for them right now. It gets me so excited. No joke. Like, it's exciting, guys. Ohana Means says the Ertz situation does sound like a soap opera. I don't know. Like, I feel like he is enjoying himself here. Like, I have no problem with Zach Ertz. Like, I still don't believe that he's going to I still don't feel like he's going to be here by week 1, but I could be wrong. I mean, if they keep Ertz, they got to keep Tyree Jackson on the roster. Richard Rodgers, I'm fine with him leaving. I don't care. He could leave. He's not like he wouldn't do anything with us. He would, but I want to develop another tight end. And if you develop a guy that's 6'7", 82.5-inch wingspan, and runs a 4.5 in Tyree Jackson, you got a good tight end group. You got size, you got speed, you got a lot of teams have to prepare for all this, especially our running backs, all the diverse groups of running styles. There's a bunch of stuff you got to look at. Nikki Steves, what's going on? Fly Eagles 5, baby, what's going on, bro? Cody Conather, what's going on? What's up, Joey Shakes? Do you think Belichick is take it easy against the strategy? No. I mean, they got to practice, guys. Like the Patriots got to, they have a lot of new players on their team this year. If you think they're slowing down and making us look good, come on, like that's ridiculous. Look, it's an opinion, but if they're not training hard, then I don't know what that is. Then you know what I mean. Eric St. Luke said, I just can't wait for the team to surprise people. I still stick to my 11-win prediction this year. I believe Jalen Hurts and those young weapons will put points on the board. I think you're right. I think they will put points on the board. I think this team is going to be competitive. I think this team is going to surprise us in a lot of ways. I think really it's going to come on to, and I really did like the play calling on Thursday night. I really did. Obviously, when the third, fourth team came on it, they looked horrible. But obviously, you're expecting that because these are guys that aren't going to make the team later on. But when it comes to Jalen Hurts, he doesn't have chips on his shoulders. He has boulders on his shoulders. So, quoting that, the rent is due every day. You have to. You're not safe. Your job is not safe every single day. So really, I love the mindset of this whole team and what they're doing. But Hendricks, that was a good statement right there. 11 wins. I have 7 to 9 wins. But if they could surprise me, a lot more what they have now. So. Jock says all 5 players released was offensive side of the ball. Pretty much. Offensive side of the ball, but yeah, and Kerryon Johnson as well. Really just, Justiga, I think Justiga was He's the backup center for the Eagles, but unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with Landon Dickerson right now. I think it's more of a medical thing. They're kind of just sitting him out. He hasn't been practicing at all. That I do know. Commissar said we could just put Jackson on practice squad. I mean, he is still very raw as a tight end. No, he is raw. I mean, he's learning. I mean, this is a learning stage, but for him learning right now and the production he's already given, not from just joint practices, but even from that preseason game as well, I thought he's done pretty good. I think he just needs more guidance. It just needs to get used to the position. I mean, just think of it, from a quarterback to a wide receiver. And now, I think the Eagles tried to turn him to a wide receiver before, but now he's turning to a tight end, so a lot of good things to take out of it here. Rick Camp says, who do you think is going to be better, our offense or defense? I think our offense is going to be better just because I kind of know what we have. You know what I mean? I kind of know the skill sets and know what we have right now. I mean, I don't think the defense is a total mystery, but I do want to see how Jonathan Gannon uses. I mean, he's not giving out all his secrets on defense right now. Obviously, he's not blitzing because of preseason. He doesn't want to blitz. He wants to see these players take care of the things in their own. That's what they're doing right now. I think when it comes down to it, I want to see, they're moving defensive linemen around. They're kind of disguising coverages. They're a zone first team. They're obviously going to blitz linebackers a lot. So there's a lot of good things to get out of this defense. And even what I saw, like a short little thing that I did see, a short little sample size of this defense, what it could be. I'm really excited for it. But I think at cornerback, I don't think the Eagles have enough. I don't think they have enough depth at cornerback right now. Josiah Scott played okay, but I don't know how far that's going to go along. Zach McPherson still needs some work. I think he's more of a next year thing, but definitely he could step in this year if he has to. I think he is capable, though. Showing up 215, have to remember we have 2 first-round wide receivers out there, including Quez. That's what I'm saying. You have 2 first-round wide receivers that literally the Eagles haven't got the best out of yet, which they are now. But I'm saying even last year, we didn't get the best out of these guys. Most of us were injured. Most of us just didn't have any coaching aspect. There was nothing going on. It was a total disaster. So I agree. Quez Watkins is a late-round pick, so. A lot of Meats family says every head coach Lurie has hired won the coach of the year except Doug. However, Doug won a Super Bowl. Next year, I next. We'll see what happens. It's going to be exciting. Look, if they even get into as long as the Eagles show that they, of course I'm going to be mad if they don't make the playoffs, but as long as they show that they're taking a step forward, and I'm like, if the season ends for us, we're not going to the playoffs, and I feel like, okay, I feel comfortable, I feel good, I feel fine, there's nothing going on, I feel great, I feel like we're taking a step in the right direction for next year, then I'll be satisfied with it. If I feel like there's going to be, we need a lot of changes where, we need to make more moves. I feel like we're going to do a lot of good things here this year. I don't think it's going to be a bad season. I don't think it's going to be a bad season. Legacy said I wasn't high on Carry-On signing for the start. I actually really liked Nick. I actually liked Carry-On. I thought Carry-On was the better bruiser back than Jordan Howard at the time. But injuries have stinted his career, and that's the problem. That's the reason why he was released by the Lions. That's why hasn't really, he'll probably go to another team or he'll come back on IR. I don't know what he will do, but we'll see. Young Dad says, Joey, love the Eagles content straight. Yo, Daz, Young Daz, appreciate it, bro. Much love, man. Javon Sanders says, how's Jordan Howard looking? He's been looking really good. He's been looking fantastic. He lost weight, bulked up, looks really good, looks fluid, he's going to be a bruiser this year. He's going to be, once Jordan Howard gets to that second level, he'll carry guys on contact for 7 to 12 yards. I mean, he'll do that for you. And he'll tire out defense. If you remember when he was with the Bears, when Tariq Cohen became the running back over there, he came in and, he was more of a finisher when Tariq Cohen became the running back over there, kind of did everything right there. So, should be interesting. Robinson, why isn't Greg Ward being talked about? He's super consistent. No, Greg Ward has had a very good camp. He had a touchdown on one-on-ones yesterday. He had a good catch in red zone today. So he's fantastic. I mean, Greg Ward if you remember last year, Greg Ward had the most reliable hands. He had a lot of good reliable hands for Jalen Hurts last year. If you guys remember, I think that was his best receiver last year. That's definite. But had a solid camp. He's making the team, guys. Definite. Making the team definitely. Comment starts. I was talking with Lions fans. They say Johnson was not good at all, and running back always looked better than him. I feel bad that he got ran out of Detroit, but he was expected to be better. I think to be the back of Detroit, he wasn't the back. I think he was a good rotational back, but other than that, that's as far as you're going. That's as far as you're going with him, pretty much. So, Ohana meets you. We have an underrated wide receiver core. We do. I'm so excited for this wide receiver core. I am pumped for this wide receiver core. I can't wait till they step on the field. And even when Rager gets the touchdown and Quez in his face, that's what I want to see. The hungry dogs that they are. That's what I want to see in these guys. It's so exciting, guys. Got 212 people in the chat, guys. Guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Guys haven't like the stream, please like the stream. Check the description below. Follow me on Twitter at JoeyShake72. You'll find me easily if you need to ask questions or whatnot. And obviously, we have memberships and all that great stuff for extra content for everybody. And just support the channel a little bit more if you guys want to. So, appreciate everybody. Jordy Boy said, "What's up, bro? Seeing our young players develop on both sides of the ball. We're going to surprise people this year. Any injury updates?" Injury updates as of right now, I think I have it right here. If you guys want me to read these real quick, I can read these real quick. So, injuries today, limited. Avery has a groin. Clark is a back. Hightower, groin. Patton, knee. Smith, knee. Wallace, groin. And these are the day-to-day players. Barnett, shoulder. Elliott, ankle. Hargrave, ankle. Huntley, ribs. James, foot. Jariga, ankle. Kerrigan, thumb. Those are your injuries for today. I mean, they haven't changed yet. I think everyone's good. Other than that, Eagles Land says, who wouldn't make it to the past waivers? Eagles wanted to put tight end Noah Tagley on practice squad last year, but the Colts claimed him. They won't make that mistake again. Yeah, when Noah went to the Colts, he actually played really well, and I think he was more of a blocking tight end for the Colts last year, but made a couple good catches. But he was good with the Colts. No, I think we're not. This isn't the Doug Pearson era anymore. This is the Nick Sirianni era. It's going to be totally different as of right now. So I really wouldn't worry about that too much. I really wouldn't worry about it. I really wouldn't at this point. Wouldn't worry about it at all. Haname's family says video idea prediction the Eagles season. It will happen once after preseason is over. I will be doing videos on obviously once the roster gets cut down. We'll have roster videos. We'll have who I think what the roster is going to look like, and we're going to have obviously predicting the Eagles season. We'll have all those videos up. It's coming, guys. It's coming. Philly 215, we're going to be a problem. I think we're going to be too. I really do. T. Nips says facts. His family says fly, Eagles fly. Young Dad says I'm excited for this team for the season. Not going to be surprised if we shock a lot of people this year. We're not contenders, but we are going to be competitive as hell. And I think we're going to be. They're going to be very competitive this year. And you know what? Once this team gets on a hot streak, it's going to get even better and better and better. Obviously, this team needs to stay healthy. That offensive line needs to stay healthy. We actually have two capable corners right now picking up Steven Nelson. And on top of everything else, you got a linebacker core that's really flourishing with this Jonathan Guetta defense a lot. Look how much we're getting out of these linebackers like we haven't been the past few years. We've been playing veteran favoritism, veteran favorites all the time. And now these linebackers are going to blossom out to be something special. We're going to pick the right guys. Really, as of right now, T.J. Edwards, Alex Singleton, Eric Wilson are my three linebackers right now. I mean, that's what I could get right now. So I give it more time, but it's looking really good, though. Commissar says, that's true. T-Nip says, I'm just optimistic for the season. No expectations. No, I'm not trying to expectate that they're going to go into the NFC Championship game or go to the Super Bowl. None of that. Like, if they win the division, that's a good sign. If they don't win the division, but it looks like they had a good year, but, had a little bit of trouble this year, but nothing that's going to be, like, too much to where you're saying, we need to rebuild again. No, definitely not. I think this team has a lot of backbone. I think this team is even going to be more prepared than I thought they were going to be prepared. I think this team is going to punch somebody in the mouth first game. That's what I think is going to happen as of right now. So it's exciting. Cabastar says we should keep Jackson dead. Billy Spartan TV says, I'm not looking for Howard. I want to see Elijah Holyfield get the fair shake. He could be at the power back. So sick of the veteran favoritism. No, it's not even just that. But you know what? Elijah Holyfield had a really good camp last year, and unfortunately, they activated him for one game. I forgot what game it was, but I remember that they activated him for one game, and it just didn't work out. It really didn't work out. And he never got playing time. He had a really good camp last year. Whatever camp that we had, that was like 2 weeks. He played really well. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see. Elijah Holyfield has been released, so I'd give it some time, definitely. Maverick, what's going on, man? Frost YT said we're winning the NFC East. I hope we do, bro. I hope we do. I think they can. Zonated 3LM says, can I hear your starting wide receiver core? I mean, as of right now, you're gonna have Rager, you're gonna have Devontae Smith, you have Quez Watkins. All right, Travis Fulgham is a weird one right now because he hasn't really done nothing in camp. Maybe like for a couple days. Fulgham is a weird one because I haven't heard much, unfortunately. So it's gonna get kind of crazy. Bruno, Devon Smith, Quez Watkins, Rager, the slot. You'd agree? I agree 100%, man. And then obviously you're going to have Greg Ward that might move into the slot once in a while and then have Rager on the outside. I don't know. I think now seeing what Quez could do, he's got some good route running. He's got some crisp route running. Tracking the football is pretty good. I think there's more to it. I think the Eagles are set. I think Greg Ward might be just a full backup. Unless there's injuries, it's a whole different story. But I think there's a lot more to it. Cowboys, the defensive line is pretty good. I would say we're top 5 in the NFL in our defensive line. I can agree with that, but I need to see it on the field. I said that last year that we should have. Javon Hargrave coming in, getting hurt. A lot of guys were hurt. Javon Hargrave came in, got hurt, and didn't really get playing time to the end of the year, and then did really well, and then disappeared again. So, you know what I mean? So I think with Kerrigan, Derek Barnett, Josh Sweat, I'm very excited for. Teron Jackson got a lot of playing time in that preseason game. I want to see what Teron Jackson actually ends up. Usually when you give a player, when Josh Sweat was drafted, that preseason, they totally had him in the game the whole entire game. Teron Jackson was in the whole entire game. So obviously they have a lot of expectations for him to see what he could do. Milton Williams moving from defensive tackle, defensive end. He can move all over the place. His pressure is amazing. I mean, he can one-hand guys like it's nothing. I mean, Milton Williams is going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem in this rotation for the defensive tackles. I think it's going to be fantastic. So I would really look out for that. I'd really look out for that. Hami's fiance, I made a bet with my barber. He's a Cowboys fan. If the Eagles win the East, I get a free haircut. If they do, he gets shaved by head. Hey, I think that's a good deal. If that was me, I'd be fine. I used to shave my head a long time ago. In high school, when I was playing football, I used to shave my head all the time. So for me, that would be great. For you, I don't know. But hopefully, you get the free haircut. Kevon Thomas' schedule challenging. He's going to let us know where we're at, though. I like some of the teams that we're facing. I like that we're facing KC. I like that we're facing Tampa. I want to see where this team is at. You know what I mean? I want to see where the team is at. So I like the schedule. You know what I mean? I like a challenging schedule. Apparently the Eagles have the easiest schedule, in the NFL right now. But it's not saying much because this team is rebuilding. But at the same time, I feel like they're rebuilding, and at the same time, it's like they're trying to make some noise this year with certain moves that happen. So we'll see. iDrip says, I want to see Wallace play honestly. I do too. I want to see Kevon Wallace play. I thought he played. He got into Cam Newton's head today. He called him Mr. Check Down today because he kept checking the ball down. Never threw Kevon Wallace's way at all. So I'm excited for Kevon Wallace. Look, Ronnie McLeod's come back from the ACL. I love Anthony Harris. I think he's going to play fantastic. Even that first preseason game, he takes really good angles. He's a good tackler, and he will thump you. He will put you to the ground if he has to. So it's really interesting. It's really interesting. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I gotta say, it's great. I just lost my place. I'm good though. I'm good. Rock Dar said, "What's up, Joey? What's going on, Rock? What's going on, bro?" Commissar says Tebow's a joke. How does a guy have a fan base when he has barely played in the NFL? He does a lot of off-the-field work, so he does have a fan base there. Justin Hardy says, I just showed up on the stream, but our disappointed carry-on was cut. I'm not disappointed. I mean, look, it's not surprising that he's injured again. He's been injured his whole career. So I was expecting if something does happen. I made a video on it the other day, and we'll just see what happens, guys. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Jordan Howard and Elijah Holyfield are in competition, and I feel like Jordan Howard will win the job, probably most likely. Dr. Philly says, I'm confused. Reports our offense look bad. No, I don't think offense. Well, yeah, which offense, though? You're talking second or third string offense. That's going to be the difference of where you're looking. Philly 2-5, they can keep sleeping on us. They're going to wake up real soon. No, they're going to wake up soon. They're going to come out with a punch, man. They're going to come out with a punch this year. BLGC, do you think we keep 4 or 5 running backs now that Johnson is gone at 5? Do you think Elijah Holyfield can have his chance to make the 53-man roster or step on the field for the first time? If the Eagles use that extra roster spot on running backs, they have 2 extra roster spots. If they use it on running backs and they want 5, then yeah, you could probably keep him, or you could keep Gainwell and Boston Scott. So you could do either or, but that really depends on if they really think they need 2 bruiser backs in the backfield this year, or they need 2 elusive backs. Well, you have 3 with Miles Sanders. And Miles Sanders probably not playing preseason most likely, which I think is a mistake. They should put him in for at least, I'm not saying at least a couple drives. I saw something earlier that said Rager was the next Aguilar. Prove them wrong, Jalen. That's crazy. And I think, he was kind of, if you saw like the end of last year, and Rager was putting up these tweets, and he was saying like, you're all going to see. And, people were putting him down that Justin Jefferson should have went to the Eagles. And he took it personally, guys. He took it very personally. So I think he's starting to show it now. But he's got to show it on the field when it comes game time. So 3215 said, I don't think that they're ready for what we're going to bring to the table this year. I don't think so either. I think what's going to be a big advantage for this team is that Nick Sirianni is a rookie head coach, so there's no blueprint on Nick Sirianni besides him being with the Colts, really. He might have a little bit of advantage on doing well against teams this year just because of that. So, Jason Dupree says number 6, number 16, and number 18. Can't wait for that trio. Can't wait for the trio. Devontae Smith, he was doing individual stuff, but nothing team related was. But I thought he did really good. Devontae Smith had a route, did really well, and he had a touchdown. He would have had a touchdown, but Jalen Hurts threw it to Zach Ertz in the back of the end zone, and it was for a touchdown. So he got open today. I mean, he was explosive off the line today, from what I'm hearing, doing a really good job. So. We got 251 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here today. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We have live streams. We cover the Eagles all year round. All year. You're never going to miss anything. We're going to be live streaming the Eagles Patriots preseason game Thursday night, so definitely you guys come on by. If you guys have not showed up yet, you have to. You're missing out on all the fun. And if you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream before you leave today. Much appreciated. If you like the stream, if you love this wide receiver core, how about that? That will help out a lot. Do love it, though. Do love it. Nando Jr. says, "Fly, let's fly." What's going on, man? Who's your favorite Eagle? Minus BG. My favorite Eagle on the team right now? I mean, if I was to go by like last year until we got all these guys that we have now, like right now, I really like. I've been a huge Miles Sanders fan since we drafted him. And I think that this year is like his last year he should have had a Pro Bowl season. Last year should have happened, but it never happened. So this year I'm hoping for more what he's doing now. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking Miles Sanders. I mean, look, he's been dropping receptions. These running backs are going to be in the passing game. We're going to have quick running backs, quick receivers. It's looking like a KC offense. That's what it's looking like. Jalen Hurts extending plays. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I just said these Giants fans think this year is going to be sweet. They're in for a rude awakening. Let me tell you something. It does not matter what free agents you have. It doesn't matter how much money you spend. It doesn't matter when it comes down to it. Like if your team can't do anything, you have an offensive line that's really not that good right now. You have a quarterback that really has to prove a lot. I'd say if Daniel Jones doesn't prove anything this year, he's probably going to be released. He's probably going to get traded. Or whatnot, whatever it's going to happen. They're probably going to draft a quarterback next year, most likely. They have an extra first round pick when Chicago moved up, so I look out for that. Big Play Slay, what's going on, man? Alex Van says, can we get a record prediction? At this point, man, I think they're only winning 7 to 9 games, but I think but because of training camp and what they've done so far. And how promising it's even looking more, I think they could win 10 games or more this year. I really think they can. If this team stays healthy, I think they could do a lot more than we realize what they could do. That's what I think. That's just me at the end of the day of what I think they could do. We got Rylan Yancey with the Super Chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, yo, Joey, you see Rager going off or what? Quez 2, I can't wait to see these guys in action, man. This will be a fun team to watch. It's going to be a great team to watch. It really is. This wide receiver core might be better than what we used to have, even with Macklin and the rest of and Jason Avant and these other guys that we've had. I mean, I think they could have a really good wide receiver core. You have two first round draft pick receivers, and then you have a hungry and look. I will take blame. I will take fault for it because I was more of a Hightower fan than a Quez Watkins fan. Okay, I was a bigger Hightower fan. People were telling me, they were like, wait till Quez hits the field. Wait till he gets his chance. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. And we had that little snippet of him last year, the little bit of tape that we had last year, the long reception against the Cowboys, that 32, 33-yard wide receiver screen against the Cardinals. There's some good things to take out of it, but I was like, after last season, I was like, I need to see more of Quez Watkins. I got to see more. Now, Hightower's a different story. I think Hightower was used the wrong way with go routes. They had him on verticals. Like, Quez should have been the guy going on verticals, not him. You know what I mean? You got to kind of use him on mid-tier throws to do something like that. That's what you kind of got to do right now. But wow, I'm shocked. I'm good, but that's good, Rylan. I'm excited with you, bro. As Dylan says, we have one of the fastest offenses: Jalen Hurts, Miles, Quez, Jalen, and Devonta Smith is okay fast. Devonta Smith is going to be beast this year with the rest of that receiver corps. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait. Young Dad said after Mullins played the way he did, I would have to cut him right after the game was over. Most likely, Nick Mullins is going to be a practice squad quarterback for the Eagles. He's going to be a camp arm, a practice squad arm, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I didn't think Nick Mullins was actually going to play that bad. He played bad. I mean, there were times where he threw the ball where I was like, oh, I guess he saw somebody open. Like, you know how a quarterback looks and he throws it like he just knows it, and it looks like he found somebody open? No, it didn't happen at all. I mean, 2 picks. I mean, it was ugly. Really ugly. Tilly 215. Do we got practice tomorrow? I don't know. I think it's going to be walking. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's walkthrough, most likely. So no media, no nothing. So tomorrow's going to be like an okay day. Nothing crazy, but tomorrow's most likely walkthrough. Comment starts, the Giants are either going to be good or bad depending on their QB. Their defense is really good, but the offense is suspect. Yeah, I think their defense, they got really good pieces. I think their secondary is going to be good. I think their defensive line is pretty good. Linebackers are all over the place. I mean, they have really good prospects there, but when it comes to their offensive line, their quarterback is like the biggest problem, I think. I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean? Saquon Barkley, I think if Saquon Barkley doesn't pan out this year, I think the Giants will release him. I know they got Booker behind Saquon as well, but I think Saquon's gone after this year if he doesn't do anything, because he's already had knee problems already. He's already having knee problems again. He was on the PUP list. He got off the PUP list. So I mean, who knows if he's even going to stay healthy whatsoever. So Alexander Ford says, as long as Howard, Gainwell, and Scott can catch, we're good. Let Miles focus on running the rock. It's his strength in this offense. It is. But if you saw 2018, that was a big strength. What was it, 2019? 2019, it was a big strength because Miles Sanders in the passing game is huge. And I know they're going to be doing it with Miles. They're not just giving him the rock. They're going to pass him the ball. And if you pass the Miles Sanders on stride, if you don't make him go back for it, it's a touchdown, guys. I mean, it's literally a touchdown. It's going to be great. Dave Huno says, what's up with Davion Taylor? I haven't heard anything from Davion Taylor. I don't know if he's hurt, whatnot. I don't know what's going on with Davion Taylor right now. I haven't heard anything on Davion Taylor. It's unfortunate, but I have no idea. That one I haven't seen. Ludi said, that's a part of hitting a reset button. They'll change up and run heavy. There's a top 5 or 6 O-line blocking for a running QB and a good running back room. Definitely. I mean, this offensive line needs to stay healthy. Like this offense needs to work. With what we have, and obviously having that running back core, having that a quarterback that could scramble, and obviously we've heard Nick Sirianni talk about using their, that's what the Eagles tried to do. They tried to change Carson Wentz into a more of a pocket quarterback, and they made him gain weight to get more bulkier. But I think with Jalen Hurts, they're going to use his mobility to his advantage. Like they're going to do the rollouts, play action, and just let him move around if he has to. You know what I mean? But I want him to be patient, goes through his reads and his progressions. That's what's going to be really important as of right now. So Jay Cott says, hey, Joe Singleton get the tackling record he's shooting for. He probably will get it. I mean, he's a tackling machine. You saw it in the preseason game. Like, he's on the left side, the play's going to the right side, and he still makes the tackle. It's really amazing. Like I said, if you guys are just joining in now, I just talked about the linebacker position. Really, my three are really T.J. Edwards, Alex Singleton, and Eric Wilson. Those are my three linebackers right now. So I'm very pumped for it. I'm very excited for it. Lou D says, that's a part of hitting the reset button. They'll change up and run. Oh, I think I just read that before. Philly 024 would be interested in signing KJ Wright, a very versatile linebacker, could play on the edge. Also, recently was in the 60s in the top 100. I wouldn't even really touch it right now. Unless the Eagles get a lot of injuries, I wouldn't even touch it right now because I think they have a lot of young guys. Like, no more veterans. I'm tired of it. You have guys Alex Singleton, Eric Wilson, that has a lot of experience, got starting experience last year. You're very deep at linebacker right now. So I don't think you have to sign a KJ Wright. I don't think it makes any sense. And I think, Gannon, Nick Rouse, linebacker coach, I think I'm looking for linebackers that can cover as well. And I know KJ Wright cannot cover whatsoever. So I would just wait on that, definitely. I'd wait on that. Commissar said, I don't think anyone on this roster at receiver right now is better than Macklin. Maybe Smith, but no one else. Yeah, I mean, Macklin was definitely special, but we haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2014. That's how long it's been, guys. It's been that long. Crazy. Been absolutely insane as of right now. Benjamin Moore says 12 wins, win the NFC East, potentially NFC Championship game. I'm not going that far, but I think this team can win the East. I really think so because everyone has been stepping on this team every single week. Every day, every week of the year. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I just want these guys to go out and prove the whole league wrong, and I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit back and enjoy it, and that's what I want to do. Like, I can't wait until they show what we got because we got a new coach. It means it's going to be a slow start. It's going to be really bad. It's going to be a slow start. We're not going to play well. We're going to look sloppy and nah. This team is going to be ready. This team is going to be more than prepared, and it's going to be the fire, and it's going to be the culture that sets this whole thing. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is going to set the tone because of him gravitating players towards him. It's going to set the tone, guys. No joke. No joke. Lou D says Watkins just needs to get in the open field. That's where he's going to flex. No, definitely. Like, I just don't want to have him on go routes the whole time, okay, and make it obvious, which I don't think that's what I almost said Doug. That's what Nick is going to do. I always get confused. I don't get confused, but it just comes out. But I think, obviously screen passes, definitely. Obviously, you're going to have him on go routes, post corners. You're going to put him on a lot of different routes. But I think you just got to keep him in the open field. Rager, open field. You know what I mean? Just keep these guys in the open field. Devontae Smith is going to be so much attention. Who are you going to cover? Who are you going to cover in this offense? I have no idea. It's going to be absolutely insane. Philly, Big Dog 60 has to trade Joe Flacco to the Colts for more draft picks. They could do that. I don't know if they're going with Nick Easton. I'm not really sure if they're going with that quarterback right now. Huntley, they have Huntley over there as well. I don't know what they're going to do. Philly 215 says Hightower might just get cut. If J-Jaw is the one taking his place, then keep Hightower instead. That's going to be an interesting one. And then Fulgham as well. Fulgham's another one where he had a couple good days of training camp, and really I haven't heard anything from these beat writers. I've seen no videos. I've seen nothing on Travis Fulgham at all whatsoever. You know what I mean? J.T. Arcega-Whiteside in the slot. I mean, he had one pass thrown to him on last Thursday, and the corner was right in front of him. I mean, he couldn't even get separation. So I don't know what they're going to do. T. Collier says, where do you see Hightower fitting in? I think Hightower needs to work middle of the field. I think he could play outside, but I think you still got to work him mid-tier. I think you have to throw mid-tier passes to Hightower. That's where he's used well. I'm not saying you can't put him on go routes. He could do it, but I just think you could do a lot more with him. Watch that Boise State tape. There's a lot more there for it. So, Jock says, Joey going to have cigarette after naming the receiver. I don't smoke cigarettes, but Joel says last year the whole offense was used the wrong way. The whole team was used the wrong way. The coaches were used the wrong way. I mean, they couldn't use themselves the right way. So yeah, I mean, it's a total disgrace. Philly 0024 says Tyree Jackson looking like he might be tight end 3. How impressive he's been, and also the upside is huge. Tyree Jackson is obviously learning a new position now. So runs a 4.5, is now learning the tight end position, 82.5-inch wingspan. I mean, 6'7". I mean, this guy is just enormous. He looks like Gronk. He's not going to play like Gronk, but I think he could be something. If he's all he has to do, this coaching staff, they got to hold on to him. If they don't, I don't know what other team is going to do with him, and that's what I'm afraid of. If Zach Ertz is staying on this team, get rid of Richard Rodgers and sign Tyree Jackson. Keep Tyree Jackson on the roster. I'm not saying that Richard Rodgers is bad. Not saying that he would have done nothing, because I thought for the 4 games he started last year, I thought Richard Rodgers played pretty well. But I think you need to be smart and develop. That's why I don't want to have a whole veteran. You know what I mean? Like Dallas Goedert's on a contract year, going to get an extension. You got to keep him here. Zach Ertz is going to be here is not going to be here after this year. But now you got to see what you have in your third string tight end, okay? You need to develop a tight end. This way you don't have to spend money on a backup. If Zach Ertz is on the roster and he leaves after this year, Tyree Jackson becomes the backup to Dallas Goedert. Okay, that's how you do it. That's what's supposed to happen. That's how you do it. So, could take some time, but I'll just, we'll see what happens. C-Taste, I think we have one of the best short yard offenses in the league. Hurts and Sanders on third shorts, fourth and shorts, goal line situation will be dangerous. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things they could do at goal line. There's so many different things they could do in the red zone. They could short pass it. They could reverse it. They could run up the middle. They could run to the right, run to the left. They could screen it. They could do anything they possibly want with what they have. With these running backs, with these receivers, you have a lot of quick guys. And even if they take out some players, if they figure, hey, let's put Greg Ward in red zone and see what he does, Greg Ward is a great red zone threat. Always gets open. So I'm really excited for it. I really am. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm so pumped for this season. We have 300 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate you being here today. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. I do cover some Eagle stuff out there, do some things out there, and I have some extra stuff I do in my life out there as well. So if you guys want to follow me at JoeyShake72, follow me on there. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We're going to be live streaming the preseason game Thursday night. We're going to be doing a live stream probably Wednesday night before the game, obviously, or the day before the game, or the night before the game. So obviously Wednesday night we'll have a stream. Thursday night we'll have a stream. We will have a post-game stream after that, and a video will be out for the preseason game. So definitely check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Check it out. And leave a like before you leave today. It really does help the channel a lot, guys. It really does. Let's see. While the Huskers, people said our old coach did nothing wrong, so did I. But now I see why. Nick is a GOAT. No, I don't think Doug did things wrong. I don't think Doug did things right. I think in his own perspective, he thought he was doing right. But really, at the end of the day, he was too friendly with the coaches. His obviously losing Frank Reich, his right-hand man, was a huge dumpster fire after he left. And, we didn't really see that offense anymore like we used to. And everything just fell apart at that point. Lamont Starr said, we're going to win 10 games. I think 10 games is legit, is definitely a legit number. I think so. Sam just said, I want Smith to get his first touchdown preseason. Hopefully he does. That's what I'm hoping for. It takes the offensive line is an issue as well. Why is it an issue? I think we're good at offensive line. I think if they stay healthy, we're good. If they stay healthy, we're fine. I think they have great depth. Dillard's probably has no value whatsoever. LaRaven Clark is at left tackle now. Jordan Mailata starts at left tackle. You have, Nate Herbig starting both guard spots. You have Jack Driscoll at right tackle. You have good depth. You have really good depth on the offensive line. Am I worried about the offensive line? Probably the right side. Brandon Brooks come off 2 Achilles injuries. Then not even 2 days of training camp. He has a hamstring injury, and now he's fine. Lane Johnson has dealt with a couple ankle injuries the past couple years. So it's been insane. It's been insane. Willie Everest, is Belichick going to master plan for our offense? It's Dylan said, if Jalen Hurts isn't starting for at least 2 B half, I'm going to be so mad. We need to see him play. I thought he didn't get enough snaps. That's where me and Philly 500, we were kind of disagreed on it. And he said, I thought we saw enough. But I didn't think we saw enough. I think he should have at least a couple more series, at least a series or 2. Not to go too much on it, but I didn't think we seen enough out of him. But he looked good. He looked poised. He threw the ball. He underthrew Rager a little bit. So people are saying Rager should have caught that, but he overthrew Quez Watkins. Potentially a touchdown. Would have been a touchdown. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. There would have been 2 touchdowns for Quez for the day. Young Dot says, I honestly think the Giants are going to be bad this year. Daniel Jones hasn't thrown improvement for what's worth. Gettleman could be out the door if you feel. I think so. If that team's a dumpster fire, Gettleman could be going along with that quarterback, so that's definite. Dave Hondo says, updates on Davion Taylor. I have no idea. I haven't heard any news on Davion Taylor whatsoever, at all. Kenyon Watkins says, imagine your offense making rookie mistakes, hit too many rookies. I don't think so. I'm not saying this team's not going to make mistakes. Jalen Hurts is going to make mistakes this year. It's going to happen. But obviously, having an offseason, mistakes are going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. Even veterans make mistakes. Veterans make mistakes on the field, with mistakes that they never should make. This is what happens. But bringing in a veteran is not going to do anything for us, especially what's left out in free agency. I don't want to bring in a Kenny Stills. I don't want to bring in I forgot who else is even out there. Larry Fitzgerald. What, do you really want to waste a roster spot on one of those guys? Does it really make any sense? Probably not. Comment says Barkley needs to stay healthy. That's definite. Mark M. Messiah says Tyree Jackson is taking Ertz's job. There will be a trade in the next 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. Look, I think they're building Ertz's value. That's why I think Zach Ertz is going to be here by the first game. I think they're building Ertz's value, and I think he already built his value just by that first preseason game. He had that one drop, which it was a hiccup play. But I think that he's gonna be gone. But if it doesn't happen, then get rid of Richard Rodgers. You sign Tyree Jackson. Yeah, you keep Tyree Jackson on the roster. You have to. You got to do everything you can to keep Tyree Jackson. There's something there. I smell it. There's something there with Tyree Jackson that some people aren't seeing, but I'm seeing it. I'm I see something. I feel that something is there with his skill set that it's gonna. If he's here a little bit longer, I think he's gonna do something. I think there's a chance. There's something gonna happen there. So we'll see. Flo White, he said offense and defense looking scary. It is. It's looking very scary. I'm excited. JD, what's going on? Said Miles is deadly when he can catch the ball. Oh, no, he's deadly in this passing game. That's definite. I mean, in 2019, he was fantastic. I mean, if he gets 100 yards rushing plus 100 yards receiving, it's a fantastic day. It's a fantastic day. He already did it. But when it comes down to it, there's a lot of running backs to give the ball to. But I know he's had troubles in camp with the receptions and stuff like that. So you got to look out. For all that as well. Buddy Schmuck says Taylor has been hurt for 2 weeks. All right, so I think he's going to be practice squad. It's unfortunate. He's a third-round pick, and unfortunately, that's the way it's going to go. Anthony Mix says they cut a running back, Kerryon Johnson. Yes, Kerryon Johnson is cut. They did cut him. They waived him today because of injury. It looks like Jordan Howard, Elijah Holyfield will be competing for that bruiser spot. I don't know who's going to win it, but I think Jordan Howard's going to start. I mean, for the way this team is, I think Jordan Howard is going to be the deal this year at the bruiser back position. C-Tay said, do you think Smitty will develop into a 100-yard-year guy? I think if we can establish our running game with Watkins and Rager, will benefit a huge way over the top. I think not making one guy the pure aspect of this offense is really going to make this team a lot better. Because I don't want it to just be Jalen. I don't want it to just be Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. Like, I want it to be Quez Watkins and Jalen Rager. I want more receivers into this whole thing. So even if Devontae Smith doesn't get 1,000 yards, which he should, but at the same time, there's a lot of other receivers to throw to on your team. You're not putting all of your eggs in one basket, making every play to Devontae Smith. It's a totally different offense this year. It's totally different. So, definitely. Dylan said, if Jalen doesn't play for a whole quarter or a half, I'm going to be so angry. I think he'll play for a half. I think he'll play for a quarter. If it's up to me, he's definitely in for a quarter. So Nate 3 says, I see the Eagles team going to be a fun team. I think it's going to be a fun team, a team with swagger. Jalen Hurts going to gravitate those players towards him. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a lot of fun. Joel Mack, say, hey, Joey, how do you like the attitude Wallace has? He has all over Cam today, that Billy right there. I love it. Pause. No, I do too. He was telling Cam, to watch, he called him Mr. Checkdown because Cam doesn't have the resiliency to throw that football into a short window. Got into his head, didn't throw Kavon Wallace's way at all whatsoever. So, Kavon, this team is just, there's attitude, there's culture, there's, you're not going to step on us type attitude. There's so much more with this team right now. It's fantastic. E-Man says David Ontero was going crazy, but he got hurt. That's unfortunate. Comments, to be fair, Mullins, he was playing a horrible offensive line. He was panicking. I mean, he barely had enough time to read. Yeah, I know that too. I mean, he did play with a bad offensive line, but he didn't throw any good passes either. He barely even moved in the pocket. I don't think Mullins even moved in the pocket at all, really that much. I mean, he stood there and he just, threw the ball. He even tried to get yards with his feet. I don't know. I mean, he's got to do more in what he's doing because that's not giving our receivers good looks. We need more looks. Chris got says, we have one starting rookie on offense, Smith on defense, who's starting rookie on defense. Our rookies are backups, and they're young and talented. Oh, they're great. Starting rookie on defense, I mean, at this point, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't think there is a starting rookie on defense right now. I think most guys are rotational and obviously could be starters next year. Milton Williams is definitely one of those guys. Teron Jackson's one of those guys on the defensive line, that I'm looking at to be starters next year. You could potentially lose 3 defensive ends next year between Graham, Barnett, and Sweat. If they keep Sweat, you have Sweat and Teron Jackson as your starting defensive ends next year if that's the case. And then, all eyes on Fletcher Cox this year. You know what I mean? So Javon Hargrave will be here most likely. His contract, it's a big contract. And, we're getting through Fletcher Cox's contract right now. But Fletch has to have a big year. He's got to be disruptive in the backfield. I don't care if he's getting double-teamed. You're getting double-teamed. You still get in there. You still cause some havoc. Doesn't matter what you're doing. So I think they're going to use guys in different ways. But I think, we have a big chance here. FMN Brass, I think we need more depth, corner, linebacker, safety. Linebacker, we don't need depth. Safety, yeah, we need to draft a safety next year. I don't think we have enough. Andrew Adams, I'm not a big fan of. Kavon Wallace, we need to see, how much promising he does have. Anthony Harris, I do like. Marcus Epps is a weird one. He has these good plays that he makes. He's had a preseason wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great either. There were some blown coverages from our corners and our safeties. I had no idea what was going on for a couple of those Steelers touchdowns. But we'll just have to see. But I think corner is where we need depth at corner because really behind Zach McPherson, I don't know who is Avonte Maddox. I think Avonte Maddox will start nickel this year. Josiah Scott, made a couple good plays, was okay, but I don't think I think he's more practice squad as of right now. But as he had a good camp, but haven't heard much recently. I think Avonte Maddox will be in the nickel, which I'm not really big on, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Wayne Simmons says, and you could bring Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley off the bench. Jake Cox says, I think Sirianni going to scheme Goddard open. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's going to be using these tight ends like there's no tomorrow. I mean, he might use double tight end sets. I mean, he's got all the tools for this offense. He's got all the tools. He's got speed. He's got size. He's got everything. You can use double tight end sets. I mean, he loves. I mean, with the Colts, he was scheming for tight ends the whole time over there. We have the Colts tight ends coach too, guys. So that plays a big part of the productivity with and development with these. Obviously, these tight ends should be a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens. We got 310 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. If you guys have it, this afternoon. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We're going to be live streaming the game on Thursday night. Guys, definitely check that out. Subscribe to the channel for all Eagles news all year round. You will not be upset. I have the Philly Shakedown podcast with Philly 500 every Saturday, this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be doing it on my channel this week. And if you guys haven't liked the stream up. Do appreciate it. Before you leave, if you want to follow me at Joey Shakes 72 on Twitter, Joey Shakes 72, follow me there, and obviously the description below to support me in other ways as well. You guys have been absolutely amazing this whole off season. We've been enjoying a lot of different things, and we've been getting through it. So appreciate everybody being here, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. Nate says Macklin was good, just injured a lot and little inconsistent. At some points, it depends if he was injured. That was a big problem too of why he, obviously I think 2013. I forgot when he had the ACL injury. I think that's when the 2 years before he left, you wanted the extra $1 million. That's when he went to KC and couldn't stay healthy there either. Comment source: Smith could be a 1,000-yard receiver, and maybe Fulgham. Fulgham's a different one right now. Fulgham is not doing. I don't know. There's not much news on Fulgham right now. That's making me really nervous. I really don't know where this is going. I don't. When somebody says, and Patrick Johnson. Patrick Johnson is more of a project, guys. I mean, Patrick Johnson had a couple good tackles, but he didn't really stand out. Sean Bradley stood out in that second half with 5 tackles. Sean Bradley was all over the field. I think it's literally Alex Singleton, okay, T.J. Edwards, Alex Singleton, Eric Wilson, and Sean Bradley. Those are your 4. I think those are your top 4 right there. That's from what I've seen production-wise. I think those are your 4 right now. So, Lou D says the issue's been health. We haven't had a healthy wide receiver core since 2014. Well, and we haven't developed good receivers. We haven't drafted good receivers. I think really it's not the drafting, it's really the development. And that's where the problem has laid, okay? That's the problem. Even the Super Bowl year, we didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver because everybody was involved in that offense. Everybody was. Between first, the third, the fourth stringers. Everybody was. Mike Serene, what's going on? We will surprise a lot of teams this year. The energy is different. The energy and the swag, everything's just really different. You're right. Mike, that's perfect. Perfect way to say it. Michael Patrice D. Smith will be Offensive Rookie of the Year. I hope he is, man. I hope he is. Waylon somebody says, young team with 3 potential first picks. Salary cap to play with next year. We guys, we're actually going to be under the cap next year. We're actually going to be under the cap next year. We're actually not going to owe money next year. Obviously, we're eating that Carson Wentz. I think the $33 million in dead cap. We're eating a little bit more money from the Alshon Jeffrey Malik Jackson release as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do. It's going to be interesting. And we're going to have draft picks, whether it's two firsts, 2 seconds, 3 firsts, whatever it's going to be. Hey, if Carson wants to play, then I'm fine with it. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, my chat is... All right, we're good. Chris Scott, what's going on, man? I said, Fulgham, you mean Watkins? Rager could have 800 yards in the slot, 5 touchdowns, 60 catches. Our run game will eat as well. Yeah, no, I think so, too. I'm saying when it comes down to Travis Fulgham, I don't think it's been a really dry camp for him. He had a couple days where he looked okay, but I haven't really heard much from him as well. Millie Free says, get used to Hurts to Smith. I'm excited about it. I'm going to get used to it, but I want other receivers to get the ball too. Matt Hatter says, Fulgham had a good day today. That's good. I didn't hear much on Fulgham today, but if he did, then great. If not, then it is what it is. I just hope. I don't want. I just can't see J-Jog making a roster spot. I really don't at this point. And Hightower is hurt right now, so that's a whole different story. Marion Johnson, what's going on? Says Adam Schefter said he spoke to the league's executives on the league that they said the Eagles are going to be better than people think. And this was back during OTAs, and it looks like they might be right. And I did hear that as well. I did see that NFL Network. People need to stop sleeping on us. Like, we had a lot of, we just had veteran favoritism. We didn't produce young players. And I would think we're still in the learning process of training camp right now. Not learning, but, kind of not there yet. But as of right now, I think they're way ahead of schedule with production and productivity with these players that they have on both sides of the ball. So it's been good. I think it's been fantastic. Ludi said you could put the three in any order with Smith, Watkins, Rager, then Ward, Fulgham, Hightower. Yeah, I think you could do that. They're going to be interchangeable. So they're learning every receiver position. So this way, Rager's not just used to the left side. Quez Watkins isn't just used to lining up on the right side. You want these receivers to move everywhere on the field, and that's a great thing. You create mismatches that way. There are some teams out there, some cornerbacks only play one side of the field and don't move around too much. So it's a really good thing. And obviously they can use it to their advantage on, putting a big receiver against a small corner, it all comes into an advantage of what this team could do, especially lining up and scheming against certain teams. That's where it's going to come into. Troy Singleton, what's going on, man? Les Stover says, it's about time. I now believe we have a coaching staff that could develop talent finally. I haven't seen this much production. I really haven't seen that much production in an offseason in really a training camp. I haven't seen this much production in a long time, guys. I feel like I'm saying it's overwhelming. I feel like I'm seeing way too much. I feel like I'm seeing more than I should right now. And it's really, am I dreaming? Am I just dreaming? Am I waking up from something? I don't know. But it's kind of nuts. It really is. Nate Smith says, only reason we won't break 10 wins is Hurts not being a great QB yet. And look, I'm hoping he is a great QB. I don't want to spend a first-round pick on a quarterback next year. I think in camp his throws have been on the money. Obviously, in this preseason game, he got a lot of crap, which I don't know why. He didn't play enough. People are saying that he looked really bad. And, it is what it is. He underthrew Rager. He overthrew Quez. It is what it is. The guy needs to get more snaps in the game. He needs more snaps. 2 series, definitely not enough. That's definite. Ludi said, I think we're all kind of been thinking Ward wasn't going to be here after the past 2 drafts. No, I didn't think so either. And he's been cut. Greg Ward's been cut from this team 4 times. 4. And then 2019 came. We were injured once again. End of the month. Last month of the season. Had to win out the NFC East to get into the playoffs. And guess what happens? Greg Ward gets the game-winning catch against the Redskins at the time. And look how much of a productive receiver he has become. And really, Greg Ward's really not the fastest guy. He's really not fast. I think what he's really good at doing is he's good at his release off the line, and he's good at the break of his route, the top of his route, where he makes that turn. I think that's where he's got a lot of that's where his production does come from. So Don Beck says, I was always high on Rager. Our offensive line was banged up, and that's why we couldn't really evaluate our receivers properly. It wasn't even just that. We couldn't use our receivers the right way. We were predictable. Just say every time we did something new, it was caught on. Teams figured us out. Not even a couple plays, not even a game. Teams figured us out new ways of using players. And that's bad, guys. That's not good. So really, it's more than just us being injured in a bad offensive line. It comes to how you prepare, it's development, how you're scheming your players. If you can't scheme your players the right way, you're not winning football games. Period. You're not doing it. So, Wayland Simmons says Colts make wildcard playoffs. Miami Dolphins 3-13. Eagles make deep run to NFC playoffs. So, in worst scenario for the NFL, and that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. Willie Alvarez says our season goes as our O-line goes. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. The good thing is we had depth behind it, but I don't want to see Brandon Brooks. If Brandon Brooks goes down, guys, if Brandon Brooks actually goes down, I think we let go of him next year. I think we trade him. I think you made Nate Herbig the right guard next year, if that's the case. Guys, 2 Achilles injuries. He already has a hamstring, and they're being very cautious. He played a couple snaps, obviously, in the first preseason game, but it's not enough. It's really not enough. They got to do more than what they're doing right now. They got to do more. So, Rigor Morris says, we lost no tags. Colts stole him. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Chris Scott, Fulgham will be good in the red zone. Goddard, Ertz, and Fulgham will be big red zone targets. And then, Fulgham, I don't know what's going on with him at camp. He had a couple good days. He's been having pretty good days, but I haven't seen anything that was eye-opening so far. But he had a good season last year. Obviously, he got hurt, and they never put him on the field ever again. And when he got healthy, veteran favoritism, like I said, Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey came back. Total mess as of right now. So it's been kind of nuts. Edward Williams says, I predict 10 wins this season. And I probably say that I said 7 to 9, but I think what I'm seeing now on top of what I said, this was back in OTAs when I said 7 to 9, but now I think it's even more as of right now. Geek Gravity says, you think Butler can make strides as wide receiver and be useful for the team? Hakeem Butler, I have no idea. So far they're using him as a tight end. I mean, I haven't seen much from him. He had one snap, I think, last year. I think he had an over. I think Hurts threw it over him in the end zone. I mean, he hasn't really had much, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. Bryce Blackwell, what's going on, bro? Lou D says, until Ertz is traded, you have to make sure you could get Rotors back. I think you got to keep 4 till Ertz is traded. I don't know. It depends if Ertz gets traded. If Ertz gets traded, you get rid of. If Ertz gets traded, obviously you're good. That means you get $8.5 billion in cap space back. Hopefully a late draft pick, whatever they could get for him. Maybe they'll get a higher draft pick. Maybe they'll get something mid draft pick, 4th or 5th. Hopefully, because he's actually playing very well in preseason and his value is getting higher now. Then you could still keep Tyree Jackson. Okay, if Zach Ertz is going to be here, then you should get rid of Richard Rodgers and let Tyree Jackson just learn. I mean, he looks like he's really learning and he's trying to figure it out, but he's producing while he's figuring it out too. So that's really good things to look at right now. It's really good to look at it, Eric Gallagher says, I like your thinking. Tory Bush says, I think a lot of people will come and see how many weapons Hurts actually has around him, which in return will help him be better. Speed and unique skill sets are all over the offense. Yes, and everyone brings something different to the table. You have 7 running backs in competition now that all of them bring something different to the table. That's what defenses have to defend with this offense. These running backs, these tight ends, plus this wide receiver core, plus Jalen Hurts extending plays. I mean, someone's going to get open for it. Matt Harrison Jackson might be the next Antonio Gates. That would be great. That would be fantastic. Chris Scott says, Hurts, Sanders, and our wide receivers should do damage in the red zone as well. Weapons everywhere on defense were no joke as well. I don't think. I think we're forced to be reckoned with. I really do. I think this team is going to punch somebody in the mouth. First game. That's what I'm hoping for. Ludi said, till Ertz is traded, got to keep 4 tight end, Goddard, Ertz, Rodgers, Jackson, did waive. Stahl might lose him. I think we'll probably lose Jack Stahl. Haven't heard much from Jack Stahl. I mean, they gave him a lot of guaranteed money as an undrafted guy. It was like $150,000 or something. They gave him the most money as an undrafted guy this year. The top paid undrafted guy, whatever. I think it's going to be Tyree Jackson. I think that's what we're getting something real good out of him. You know what I mean? Chris Scott said, if healthy, we're winning the East. I think so. I think so 100%. That's what we're doing. I really do. I don't just say it to blow smoke up everybody. I say it because I see what I see. And do not underestimate this team. Don't take this team lightly because you have hungry dogs on this offense and you have 2 capable cornerbacks and a hungry defense coming in with a brand new scheme and a coach that's ready to get physical this year. So I'm pumped about it. So Lou D said Nick has a chance to see how healthy and successful the offense is. We'll definitely see. Alexander Force says, who would you like to see more of during the preseason? I want to see Devontae Smith badly, but it's really up to the Eagles what they want to do. I want to see Jalen Hurts a little bit more, obviously, for a quarter. I want to see more of Quez Watkins. I want to see Elijah Holyfield in the backfield because he's really not getting his chances right now since now Kerryon Johnson is gone. I would put Holyfield in definitely. I want to see more of Kenneth Gainwell. There's so much more I want to see. I want to see everybody all over again, but obviously more of Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts as of right now. So I want to see Milton Williams. I want to see Kevon Wallace. I want to see Teron Jackson at defensive end. I want to see these guys. I want to see more. AJ89 Explore says, Leo, let's get some likes on the video. You should be at 200 likes. Appreciate it. If you guys haven't got me to 200 likes, get me to 200 likes in this video. I do appreciate it, guys. Much love to everybody. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles all year round. We'll be live streaming the play-by-play of the Eagles-Patriots preseason game Thursday night. We'll be having the Shakedown podcast on Saturday. We're going to have a stream after the game as well, post-game after the game as well, so it should be a lot of fun. And we're going to be streaming Wednesday night. This Wednesday night, the night before preseason, we're going to be streaming again. So definitely look out for more streams and everything. Like the video, subscribe. Do love everybody. Description below to follow me on Twitter, JoeyShake72, and I have memberships as well for everybody that wants to see extra content. And join the Shake Squad Army if you guys have not. It's going to be a lot of fun this year. All I think the offensive line comment was about the Giants. Sorry. I was about to say, I was like, there's no depth of the offensive line's horrible. I'm like, why are you saying that? No, but for the Giants though, yeah, it's they have to stay healthy. They don't. It's going to be rough. Then they have to design their whole offense differently now and try to make these quick passes and do some quick things with some of the speed guys that they do have. So, and we'll see, but. Comment says we need to do something at left guard because Suo-Pita is bad. Hopefully Herbig comes back soon. I mean, as of right now, Adesamal will be back. He should be back, and if not, then I don't know. Suo-Pita, I don't think Opeta played horrible. I don't think he played that bad, but I don't think he's going to be a full-time starter most likely. But he's not full-time starter material, but he's a okay. Nothing crazy backup that will give you a couple good snaps. But, yeah, Nate Herbig needs to come back. He covers both guard spots, so that's definite. Chris got to Eric Gallagher. I like that. How I'm thinking. Lou D says, I have some faith in Sirianni to figure out how to get the young guys and the veterans to be able to click. That's the key. No, I do. I think Sirianni, even when Sirianni, remember when the receivers were working at OTAs and Sirianni was literally on them? I think it was beginning of training camp maybe when Sirianni was literally on them the whole time. Literally he's in everybody's face. He's always... that's the type of coach I like, and always making sure these guys are developing and producing the right way and doing the right things at practice too. Not just team drills, but individually as well. So it's something to look at. Marianne Johnson says, Lane Johnson said both the offense and defense will be able to play a quarter and a half on Thursday. That's good. That's going to be a lot of stuff to look at there. It's crazy because when you look at these preseason games, you're missing a lot of stuff when you see with your eyes, and then you got to rewatch it. I've rewatched the first preseason game probably about 3 or 4 times already to kind of get a good glimpse on what's going on. So it should be a lot of fun this week. Young Dad said we need to see Ertz play a bit more of these preseason games. We will. By tomorrow, we should be fine. We should be fine. Eric Alger, I think Ertz needs a full half quarter minimum. I think so too. We got a super chat from Joe Anabi. What's going on, man? What's up, Joey? I'm dying to see is Landon Dickerson. I know, but I think you know what? I don't think they're going to touch him this preseason. I think they're going to wait. He might be around. He might actually, he's not going to redshirt. He'll be prepared. If he has to go in this year, they could throw him in there. They could throw him at guard. They could throw him at center. They could throw him anywhere they want to throw him. So I'd just be patient with it. I think it's more of a next year type thing, but I think he could get playing time if there are injuries. So you never know at this point what they'll do. We got Chris Scott joining the Shake Squad Army. Appreciate it, bro. Much love, dude. Can't wait till you see some of the stuff coming down the road. Much love to Chris Scott. Join the Shake Squad Army. Much love, man. Much love. Edmund Bradley, you need vets to win a Super Bowl. That's not entirely true. Yeah, you need vets, but how? But you have savvy vets. You have vets that are in the league for 4 to 5 years. You have some vets on this team, but just give it a year, man. I think this is the year we have to find out what we have. We're not winning a Super Bowl this year. That's what we're trying to aim for. But obviously, we have to be realistic with ourselves that an NFC Championship game or a Super Bowl is probably not in our contention right now. But you never know. Okay, but winning the East is probably the important thing, and at least make a nice step forward for this team. Okay, at least it'll put a nice step forward for this team to see what we do. You know what I mean? So I'd give it more time. I think this is a building block year for the Eagles. See what produces, see what doesn't, see what dead weight you have. You get rid of your dead weight, and then see what you do with a little bit of money to spend next year. You could bring in some veterans. You never know what you could do. So. Paul Mancini says Howard pass protects the best in the running back room, which is why he's running back too. Yes, if you even saw from the first preseason game at Steelers, he lays a thud. He's physical on picking up those blitzes. Very physical. Richelieu, do you think Doug would be able to get the growth? Oh, no way. Out of Rager? Not just Rager, this whole entire receiver core. I don't think so. between his light practices, between everything else that he did to prepare these guys all week, no, there'd be no way. Derek Barnett would be starting over Josh Sweat. Alshon Jeffrey would still be in this. I'm telling you, like, things would have got bad. I mean, I know Alshon Jeffrey would have been gone. I'm just saying as a joke that they have this favoritism on these other guys. It's unfortunate. You know what I mean? No, if Doug was here, the season would be a mess this year. This offseason, we wouldn't have not seen what we've seen in this offseason. Thank you, Nick Sirianni. Thank you, coaching staff, for doing this, for coming into Philadelphia and really stretching out the aspect of development and just getting the best maximized productivity you get out of these guys. That's what's so exciting about it. And I hope you guys are excited about it too, really. The truth says Kenneth Gainwell. Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell is interesting. I think Kenneth Gainwell makes the roster. I mean, I think he's a dual threat back. He's got wide receiver heads. He can line up anywhere you want him to line up. I love he makes the first guy miss. I want to see Kenneth Gainwell in first. He was with the second/third team, and it didn't really look too great with Joe Flacco, but in the offensive line. But I thought Gainwell is – there's something there with Gainwell. There's something there. There's something explosive with Gainwell. There's something there with him that I'm excited to see flourish. Like, I'm very excited to see. Boop said Devontae Smith is a beast. He is. Colin said, if that preseason game, Opeta gave up pressure every snap. If it was horrible, everyone else was up, though. But you could see as soon as the ball was snapped, he was already getting beat. And I think just from a couple snaps, I said he could be in for a couple snaps, but he's not going to last a whole entire game. So, I mean, that's what they have to watch out for. Obviously, Jalen Hurts knows that. You know what I mean? If he knows in his own mind that he's given up, protection, he's got to watch out for that, obviously. But, it is what it is. Jake Cox said, if we win division, Hurts most likely our franchise. Oh, 100%. I think if he wins division this year and obviously looks really good this year, I think he will. I think really you just give him. You'll know if Jalen Hurts is capable. You'll know if he is. You know what I mean? I think you'll know. Katoya Watkins says, why don't they play Holyfield? He's a bowling ball. He's the guy who's going to run through everything. I like Holyfield a lot. They just never give him chances. They had him activated for one game last year. Had a really good preseason. They activated him for a good offseason. They activated him for one game last year. Didn't give a chance. I think with Kerryon Johnson gone, I need to see Holyfield in this backfield. I want to see more of Holyfield. Definitely Thursday night. That's what I'm looking for as of right now. So probably what I'm looking for. Jock says, if Tyree Jackson gets cut, Belichick will pick him up. He is not making the practice squad. No, I don't think Tyree Jackson's making practice squad. He's not going to. Why do you think we kept Mailata on the every time we had healthy Mailata was if you remember, Jordan Mailata was a healthy scratch most of the time because if they put Jordan Mailata on practice squad, he would have been taken immediately. So, you're not doing that with Tyree Jackson. You can't do that with Tyree Jackson. Marcus Pikes, I'm loving what the coaching staff is doing. They're holding the players responsible. Yes. And the coaches are holding themselves accountable as well. And that's what's going to make a better football team as of right now. Matt Harris says Hurts with 67% completion in 4 years of college. It's good. Grimes says, hey, Joey, sorry I'm late. Rager, Quezza Smith, great wide receiver core. Grimes, I know you're excited as much as I am, bro. Boop says college is way different than NFL. Definitely. I'm awake. Or you says Huntley and Gainwell seem similar to me. In a way, I guess. I think there's a little bit more size with Gainwell. I think Gainwell has a little bit more size. But I think you have that 4.3 speed with Huntley. And Gainwell, I just think he's – I don't know. They're pass catchers in the backfield. They can go out for passes. They can do a lot more. Huntley's a good player. I mean, I think he'll be special teams this year. I think he'll be one of the kick return guys this year. That's just me. But should be interesting, though. Paul says Gainwell will evaluate our running back 3 by midseason, but not starting out. Do not know. He opted out last year and has played a lot of competitive football for 18 months. And that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I respect their decision, what they did because of 2020 and obviously with the virus and everything. So he took off. I think he would have been a late second, early third round pick last year. Took off, and obviously, teams aren't going to take a chance on a guy who hasn't played for a long time. But obviously, he's been training. And obviously, he looks like he's in shape, even from that first preseason game. Remember, he slipped. Gainwell actually slipped at the line of scrimmage, got back up, but still ran 7-8 yards. So that was a good sign there. The truth is Kenneth Gainwell, running back 1. He's not gonna be running back 1, obviously, but Christopher says, do you think they'll go after Mike Thomas? No. Stay away from that as far as possible. I don't want that crybaby. No. This guy complains about everything. If he feels like he's being disrespected, like he's a big media buff because if he has a problem, he'll bring it to the media. I don't like that. It's not good. I don't like that at all. Buckeye 998 says we potentially could have the best O-line and D-line in the NFL, and I hope so. I really hope so. We just need good coverage this year. We can't give up big receptions this year. So Steven Nelson, you have capable corners right now. I'm not really big on Vontae Maggs playing nickel or Josiah Scott, but I think we still need depth. But McPherson, I think, is a good project right now. I think he's got a lot of promise. His tackling is perfect. He can get off blocks. Obviously, I think he's very sticky in coverage. I think he's got some stick in coverage. I think he's good in coverage. Obviously, give up that PI call, PI touchdown against Steelers. But Evan Brad says, if you think the Eagles should get a guy like Trey Boston behind Anthony Harris, I don't know. That's really up to them what they think they have. I'm not a big fan of Andrew Adams, more of a special teams type player. Marcus Epps, I'm not really I don't know. He's up and down. There's sometimes he plays well, then sometimes he plays bad. So I wouldn't say Marcus Epps is the worst player, but he's just not consistent, So Drew says, love the Star Wars shirts. Appreciate it, bro. Big Star Wars fan. Malik Hans says, Eagles win the East. I'd be the best feeling in the world if they did it with a brand new coaching staff and a new team. Jamal Bailey says, we will have a top 10 offense. I think we will too. Christopher says, do you think they'll go after Mike Thomas? They will not. I already answered that before. Richie Elias says, Sirianni Inception, as Philly 500 would say. Shout out to Philly 500, man. Great guy. Check out our podcast on Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern if you guys haven't checked those out. We do those every Saturday. We have a lot of fun. Matt Harris said, Jade Gann better than Schwartz. He's looking real good right now. We need to see what we get out of Jonathan Gannon. I think we're going to have a better defense than this wide nine defense we've been playing since 2017. I think we're going to look a lot better, or 2016, I should say. I think we're going to look a lot better. We're going to have multiple fronts. We're going to be moving guys around. We're going to be blitzing linebackers. We're actually blitzing. No picket fence defense anymore. Being cautious, not knowing how to use linebackers and and corners, not keeping players in games like Nathan Gary and Derek Barnett still starting when, if he's healthy, obviously, but he never is. But keeping guys in that aren't producing for us, that's the problem we've been having. Don Beck's Kenneth Gainwell has a superstar name. He does. I'm looking at you, says Jalen Mills is still rocking the green hair. Yeah, no, he said he was going to rock it. He wasn't changing it. Ludi says Gainwell looks small. Scott is a beast. Eric says, I like what Philly 5 said in the shakedown, win the East in one playoff game. That's super realistic. No, I think that's fine. If they win a playoff game or if they just make it to the playoff, if they at least stay close in a playoff game or at least make it to where they have to at least be healthy by that game, and if they still can make some noise right there, I'll be more than happy how the season went. So, Angel John says, off topic, who's more beautiful, better artist, Mary J. Blige or Alicia Keys? I choose Mary. I like Mary J. Blige because I like her old stuff, like late 90s, early 90s. So I've liked her a lot more. Cyclone says that Hargrave injury, anything to be concerned about? No, I don't think so. I think it's just something he's just gonna get better. He's day to day, so I wouldn't even really worry about it too much. Christopher Moore says Miles Sanders is going to have a breakout season with all these bracks. He should. I mean, obviously, if they're not playing Miles Sanders, they're definitely going to use him a lot. Because Nick Sirianni says he's seen enough of him this offseason. That's why I'm not putting him in preseason games, because I think they put Miles Sanders in some hard reps this training camp just because they know what they have in him, and I think Sirianni knows what they have in him. So I think this is something that they just, they keep him out of games. I'm not a big fan of it because he's dropping balls and receptions, in the passing game, but it is what it is. Hopefully he fixes that up when the season starts. But I think he could have a 1,000-yard season. I think he could. It's really going to take a few breakout runs, and he'll be on a roll, really. 1,000 yards comes quick when you got some breakout runs, and Sanders has that home run ability. So we all know that. You know what I mean? Definitely has that. Lou says Scott's number 2, then Howard, then Gainwell. Matt Harris says Scott and Gainwell will both be on the team. Jock says, I love Jalen footwork at Thursday game last week. I did too. Comment says, if we win the division, we stay consistent, and I would be comfortable with Ertz being the franchise. If he isn't consistent like Prescott, then I would not want to be the franchise QB. Edmund Braz, I don't trust Avante Maggs. Please get Garron Conley or Quentin Dunbar. I'm not big on Avonte Maddox either. I'm really not. I'm really not. Rashawn YT says number one Smith. Taylor Henry says favorite Star Wars character of all time. Obi-Wan Kenobi is definite. Rashawn, I want to see Patton a little more this week. Yeah, I think Flacco's has had some good chemistry with Patton. I scored a touchdown, I think, yesterday with Patton. I think they'll actually have a good day with him. I want to see more Patton as well. So, Gracia, I would be shocked if Gainwell outplays Sanders this year. Professor Gainwell is a stud. Kevon Wallace is going to be a stud as well. Do you see his trash talk against Cam? I love it. Yeah, tell him he's Mr. Checkdown. He's going to check down the ball. Likes to get into his head, which was fantastic. And Cam never threw his way. At all. So, Will Epley says, who's the biggest threat in the East with the NFC East in your opinion? The biggest threat as of right now? I think the Cowboys could be the biggest threat just because if Dak is healthy and Dak's right shoulder is good, he's coming off the ACL. If he's healthy and plays well this year with that receiver core and that running back and that offensive line, Tyron Smith I'm not really big on just because I think he's like 90, he's still relatively young, but he's got a lot of back issues. I don't know how much he's going to hold up during the season. But I think the Cowboys are. Defensively, I don't think they have a good defense. I think their offense will carry their defense. I don't like their safeties. Their linebacker core is one of the best in the league. Defensive line's not too great. Their corners aren't too great. So I think their offense, I think that's the team to watch out for, definitely within the East. I think that's definite. We got a super chat from Turntable Teddy. What's going on, bro? So Michael Thomas would be a locker room cancer. He'd be even worse than Alshon, except the comments would be anonymous. Let's just say, see what we have. Keep it homegrown, develop what we got. Turntable Teddy. Appreciate the super chat, man. It definitely, I would do just that. Don't bring in anybody. Don't mess up what we're doing right now, because then if you bring in a veteran receiver, then you got to get rid of somebody else, and that you're not building your team. What you're trying to do is not go into free agency every single year and spending a lot of money. What you're trying to do every year is not restructuring everybody's contract every single year because you're over the cap, repaying old veterans every single year. That's what you do not want to do. That's what you don't want to happen as of right now. So, it comes to account what you could do here, but let these young guys are just ready to show the world what they have, and you know what, and to show the fans, and it's going to be lit. It's going to be so nice. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. Thank you, Turntable Teddy. Much love, man. David says Washington. Washington has a good roster. The quarterback is a mess right now. A mess. They're a quarterback away from doing good things, and I think you could get away with scoring in their secondary as well. Their defensive line is good, but I think if you work against their secondary, I think you can actually beat Washington pretty easily. I do like their defensive line. I like their linebackers. Their safeties are okay, but I think when it comes to their secondary, as like they're both their corners, I'm not big fans of their corners. I think you could do a little bit more towards them, but their quarterback situation is the most important. That needs to work out as of right now. So that's where it's going to be really important. B-Dog Gang said Giants are the biggest threat. Washington, too. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I don't know how the Giants are the biggest threat. The Cowboys are a bigger threat than the Giants. Look, I think these Giant fans, what they do is they see that all these players that they sign, they spend all this money, and they think that they're just automatically good because of what they have on paper. But realistically, you have a quarterback that's underachieving, that's got that – Nick Mullins has better stats than Daniel Jones right now. Okay, I think defensively, I could argue a point they're going to be good. Offensively, I don't know. There's way too much going on there between their offensive line. Guys retiring. Guys are not even on the team for 3 days retiring. It's just a total mess with the Giants right now. So I don't think anything like that. Let me tell you something. The players are fighting and they're fighting and fist fighting with each other, and Joe Judge is turned on by it. Whatever that weird. That coach is weird. Let's get that straight. Eagles on Land says Smith snapped J.C. Henderson's ankle today. Yeah. Wish you had him. How's Kadarius Toney doing? Toney was a wasted pick, man. They should have got that receiver from Minnesota. So they should have got that receiver. They should have got. Toney wasn't a first-round pick in this draft. He was a second-round pick. He was an early second-round pick. He was not a first-round pick in this draft. That's definite. Eagles are dead last division. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I'm around I'm a New Yorker, bro. I'm around Giant fans all the time. I hear the same thing. So, Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Jock says, how can a fullback for Niners be ranked higher than Brandon Graham? I do not know. Philly0024 says, I really like what I've been seeing from McPherson, especially his tackling, even Baldy giving him a lot of praise. No, McPherson, he reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins. Like, he's wearing that number, and the tackling is good. Like, the tackling, he low tackles. He doesn't miss tackles. He's good. With the tackling. He gets off blocks. He can get off blocks to make those tackles. Good against the run. Takes really good angles. It's really just his coverage. His coverage is pretty sticky, but obviously he's got to watch his hands, where he places his hands and stuff. So we'll see. Desert Eagle 90, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good day, bro. You guys haven't subscribed to Desert Eagle 90. He does have a YouTube channel. It does cover the Eagles as well. One of my good friends on here. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, please give him a shout out. Go to his channel. Like his video. Sub him up. Matt, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good day. Hold on. B-Dog Gang says Tony's a demon. Tony's going to be a backup receiver, bro. Tony's not even going to be playing. So, that's just a troll, bro. It's just a troll. Won't even show his face, so. Matt Harris says Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Let's go, bro. Tom Bruce says, hey, Joey, I'm from Liverpool, UK. What time of year is best to come over to Philly and watch a game? Can't wait to get over there. I mean, really, I like going to games in the fall because it's cool. You have those cool nights where, we're dealing with a lot of humidity over here, so it gets kind of crazy. I think by the October-ish, it's really nice going to a game in October. I mean, I usually go to games I usually go to the opener every year, depending on how good the weather or bad the weather is. It could be hot, it could be bad. Sometimes it's kind of crazy, but I think going to fall games are the best. That's just me though. We got Philly the podcast, Joe Castro. What's going on, man? If you guys haven't subscribed to Joe Castro's channel, Philly the podcast, does interviews, does everything. I'm going to be going on his show soon, or we're going to try to do something soon. Appreciate you coming in, man. Much love, dude. Much love to your channel and what you do. Philly also says, yo, Joey, we're looking real nice, though. The energy is different, my guy. Love the wave of good vibe and No Cure Complex. Let's go. Yeah, I'm getting good vibes. I'm getting, positive, just positive air, atmosphere. That's what I like. I don't like, all this stuff that goes on and behind the scenes with players and, dysfunctional stuff. I don't like that. So, King James says Howie doesn't want Devo wide receivers. Everyone we have is humble, and they're not selfish, and it's not about their stats. Of course, they want to play well and show off, but it's all about every player. That's what's important. Jay Koch says, would Mr. Shakes like to see G. Ward throw some passes? No. We're not putting Greg Ward as a quarterback. That's not happening whatsoever. So that's definitely not. There's 292 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles all year round. We'll be live streaming the preseason game Thursday, so subscribe for that. We're going to be hanging out and doing some things, so I do appreciate everybody being in tonight. If you guys haven't liked the stream, much appreciated. If you guys haven't, follow me on Twitter at JoeyShakes72. Follow me on Twitter as well. There's extra stuff on Twitter. I usually do, extra likes and stuff. It's not just football. It's other things. So do appreciate that. Description below. Join the Shake Squad Army if you guys haven't. We're going to have some extra content this year with the memberships, or just, sign up for a regular membership so you can get your custom badges and emojis for the channel as well. So we'll be giving out wrenches soon. I have no wrenches on anybody. We'll be giving out more wrenches. I'm jotting down some names, remembering some names when they come in to make them wrenches. I think I only have one wrench right now given out, or two. I might have two or three, actually. So, 125, don't forget that this year is different. Instead of playing against three last-ranked teams, two of the two divisions we're playing only once, and the last-place team in the division we play, and the Jets. Right, exactly. Eagles Alliance, Tony stays hurt, sick, doesn't want to play. Cyclone 58 says, Smith's going to turn your cornerbacks into burnt toast. EA switch to spam. AF Smith will get Rookie of the Year. 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 1 hour ago. I like that name. He says, love watching all my Philly podcasts and YouTube channels. Go Eagles. F the whole NFC. We on top. Can't wait, man. 125 says, could we be looking for 4 wins against the last place teams? David Allison says, Chase Young is a pro. Oh, Chase Young is going to be good. Chase Young is a monster. Jordan Malaz and I have a lot on his table that game. Chase Young is, you know what? But Carson used to. I remember Carson got pummeled. He stayed in that pocket last year. It was crazy. It was crazy. So, I'm like, you says more than 4 fumbles or 4 drops, Miles is cooked. Yeah, I think if that happens, they're going to put someone else in that's going to take care of the job. That's what's going to happen. Charles Craig says, can we trade Nick Mullins to the Giants? He's a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. That's definite. Kyrie B said, other than facing the Chiefs and Bucks, we have a favorable schedule. I think we do. I think we do as well. Philly 0024 says, I don't know how you could stand Daniel fumbles. Must be hard. Psycho says, joke Judge. Logan says, really like us, though. 4 receivers, 5 and 6 are still decent, though. Definite. Aaron, I think we have depth with production. That's what's going to come into account right there. Aaron the Trucker says, so has the Watson rumors disappeared? Yeah, a little bit. There's something else going on with his case right now. I read some things. I'm not going to discuss it, but there's some other stuff going on. But guys, more of a next year thing if anything goes wrong. Jinx Wolf says, Joey, what's up? What's going on, Jinx? What's going on, bro? We're having a good day. Eagles Nation here. Logan says, for me, it's Smith, Ray, or Quez Fulgham. G. Ward, and Hightower. Cyclone says a demon that's going to haunt you and the guys the wrong ways, all the wrong ways. Paul Missy says, Robert receiver Bateman drafted by Ravens sustained an injury and will likely miss half the season. He was looking great. Ravens camp. Yeah, I saw that he got hurt, but Bateman was the guy I thought the Giants were going to take. That's what I thought. When they put Kadarius Toney, I don't know. Special teams, there's no room for him. There's just no room for him. Unless he's going to be a third down receiver. They're going to use him for speed or just use him on slants or, just quick plays, some screens or whatnot. Andy Hand says, Wilson and Singleton are going to both be 100-plus tackles guys this year. Just watch. Oh, man, that's going to be fantastic to watch. Justin Washington said, I think we should get KJ Wright, Joey. I don't think so, man. I think we're good. TJ Edwards, Alex Singleton, Eric Wilson, those are and Sean Bradley, those 4 right there, I think are perfect. I think those are the 4 that are producing the most right now. And you have youth right there. KJ Wright's not good against the run. I mean, he's not good against. He's not a coverage guy. I think they want to look for multiple coverage guys. I don't know. I just don't think there's any room for that right now. I don't think there's any room for it. Michael Fox says, "What surprising name do you think won't make the roster?" Hopefully, it's John Hightower. That's John Hightower. I hope John Hightower, because of his groin injury, he's not going to get cut. It would really surprise me if he's gone. I mean, he should make the roster, even though he hasn't really done much. Unfortunately, he hasn't worked any of this training camp. I really want him to stay on this roster, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Mr. Wink said, I think the combination of solid preseason, the Watson rods disappearing have helped Hurts playing well and the offense getting better as a whole. Yeah, I feel like when Jalen Hurts does play bad or he makes mistakes, these rumors come back. So Matt says, gotta love them trolls. Gotta love them trolls. When you get the trolls, you're successful. That's the whole point. You got trolls, you're successful. That's what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens when your channel grows. I gotta get used to it. You know what I mean? Jock says Giants should have drafted offensive lineman, not receiver. That's fact. Travis Haynes, what's goody? What's going on, bro? Justin Hurdy said, what do you think of our next 5 to 10 cuts? Our next 5 to 10, I mean, really, at the end of the day, I mean, it's going to be obvious. They've released a few offensive linemen already. Elijah Holyfield will probably get cut most likely. Nick Mullins will get cut. I mean, you can go through a whole list. I mean, you'll know who's going to get cut. B-Dog said, by the way, Tony was going to go first round, buddy. Oh, my God. These guys are so stupid. I don't know. When people come into a chat and say stuff like that and have nothing to back it up with, I mean, that's really – he wasn't a first-round pick, period. He wasn't. Paul Messina says, Giants should have drafted O-line with their top selection. We'll regret it. They will. Man Harris says, let's go UK. I'm awake. Our linebackers got screws loose. These dudes are loco. They are. They're hard hitters. So they're hard hitters. People are dumb. People are really dumb. I read stupid stuff every day, and there's some stupid people out there. Skyrim V says, I'm a state of shock. I just wanted Sims Florio actually comment Jalen Hurts for his performance against Pittsburgh. It's all right. He's gonna show what he's got, bro. All right, Cyclone. Have a good night, bro. Have a good night, man. Philly says Giants are trash. Will continue to be trash as long as they keep drafting skill position players first round, forgetting about O-line. It's all good. We'll see what happens. Still at it, of course, Cranes. Of course, bro. Matt says the Giants want Smith, but how'd that turn out right now? Not so good because he's rocking midnight green and and that yucky blue. Psycho Steve says joke judge. Big Kev says Mulata going to be a Pro Bowler this year. I think this is going to be the year where Mulata actually gets his attention into the league, where his name finally gets to the league. He's going to be recognized this year. 6'8", 350. Oh, God, guys. So that guy has got size to him, I got to tell you. Pause. Okay. Desert Eagle, what's going on, bro? Charles Craig says, what does getting a wrench mean? When you get a wrench for the channel, it means you're a moderator. It means you could block people. You could put people on timeout. You control the chat pretty much. But I had over 150 people blocked. And that was a huge problem. Huge problem. I did not like that at all. I had a big problem, big issue with that. So I'm trying to find out who did it. But somebody took advantage of it. So the Philly negative 500 says Giants took Tony in the first. They talked him up because they know they wanted Smith, and I think that's the truth as well. I think that's definitely the truth. I think that's the truth. That's just me. Nina says, I hope I'm on the wrench list. Don't worry, Nina, you're definitely on you're definitely on the wrench list. You're definitely on. I've already been writing names down, so once everybody will find out in the coming days. Jake Koch says G Ward passes on some reverses. Joey. Matt says the New York midgets don't scare us. Don't come into an Eagles chat, man. You're gonna get destroyed in here. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let the chat deal with it. Timothy K. Bynum says keep sleeping on the Eagles. Matt Samala just as our left tackle for the next 10 years. I think he will be too. Ohana says, what are the chances Ertz stays with us? I think it's like 50-50 right now for me. Just because I think they're holding on to him, and he's getting obviously some value from preseason. So we'll see what happens. If the Eagles can at least get a draft pick and get the $8.5 million, I want the $8.5 million in cap space and get Tyree Jackson on this roster. Keep Tyree Jackson on the roster. Get rid of have Richard Rodgers, Tyree Jackson, and Dallas Goedert as your tight ends. I don't see why not. Everybody I want to look at, J-Jaw, not the best Philly guy, but I want him and want Ward to break out. I don't know, just 50-50 guy, nice size. G-Ward, just G-Ward. I don't know, just my guy. No, that's fine. I mean, everybody has their own opinion about their favorite players, bro. I'm like you said, I sometimes use Malaz as a tight end on Madden. He's legit with the rock. I never tried that. No, I haven't really played Madden in a long time. Dale Cudden says Flacco will be preparing all these guys for game day. I think he will, too. Flacco is a good leader too, man. I was really impressed by not even just the screen touchdown to Quez, but he needs protection. Obviously, like he's got some mobility, but it's not going anywhere. But I think he's good. He's good at what he does. I really do. I think he commands an offense really well. RCL might be I hope we see Holyfield. I hope we do. We got Freak Stopper, 49ers is a week 2 Niners, 48 Eagles 3. Win, go Niners. That's not good. I'll be at that game, by the way. I'm excited to go. I'll be at the opener. Hope you enjoy it, Freak Stomp. Hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a good game. Matt says, I meant Tony's already broken, so there's that. Just saying. Derek says, ain't nobody scared of no damn Smurfs. Obama says, do you think Avante will get an extension? As of right now, definitely not. Nick John said, these wide receivers fire, got swag. I'm excited for all these young guys at the wide receiver position. We don't need no vet. Definite. I don't want a vet, guys. I want young guys, hungry. They're locked up in cages. Nick Sirianni is literally going to unlock that cage, and they're going to come right out. And they're going to cause some damage. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I'm hoping for. So when did the Cowboys get? They got Malik Hooker like a week or two ago, something like that. So low risk, high reward. I mean, coming off an ACL injury last year, so that's interesting, right? Born 50 said, do you think Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl type QB? If not, who would you want for the future? Right now, I really don't know. I really don't know right now, just because it's really confusing because Deshaun Watson's going through all this stuff right now. I thought that would be a definite trade a definite trade option for the Eagles, but I really am. I'm honing in on Hurts having a good year. I hope he does. Because right now I don't like the quarterbacks coming out in the draft next year. And if the Giants need to get a quarterback, if the Giants have to get a quarterback too by next year, it's going to be a mess getting a quarterback. I want Jalen Hurts to work out. I really do. So there's that. We got Nick Johnson with the Super Chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, Dallas, Smith, Rager, Watkins, Ward, dangerous mix when they have been coached hard on details. I think we win a division with how hard these players have been coached up. I think you're right. I think the hard work is already there. Really, it's just about the production and just developing your players. And I think being a coach's coach, being a player's coach, is really making the big difference. Everyone wants to play for Nick Sirianni. Everybody wants to play for Jalen Hurts. Everyone's seeing what Jalen Hurts could do. And it's making these players work harder and liking the situation that they're in. So I think you're perfectly right on that. I really do. I really, really do. Being coached up by these coaches and are already seeing it. Look at all the linebackers them producing. Receivers are producing. I haven't seen so much production in our offseason in so long like this. It's been kind of crazy. It's been kind of nuts. So we got 256 people in the chat, guys. Appreciate you being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles news all year round. If you guys check out the live stream, we'll be doing a play-by-play of the preseason game this Thursday. It should be a lot of fun. The Philly Shakedown podcast with Philly 500 on Saturday on this channel, 9 p.m. Eastern. Like the stream if you guys have it, guys. Much appreciated. If you guys like the stream, really, it helps the channel a long ways. It keeps it going. So much love to everybody that came today. I didn't really think I was going to stream. I was going to stream, and I said I'll do it for an hour, but we've been over an hour and 48 minutes, close to 2 hours already. So I'll go for a little bit more time. We're going to be having a stream Wednesday night, the night before preseason. We'll stream the preseason game. Then we'll have a post game after that and a video. So we'll be pretty busy. So very excited about it. Ohana said the Eagles have beat the 49ers the past 2 years. 2017, I went to the Niners game. You are going to go home to New York happy. Hope you enjoy. The problem with last year when we beat them is they had a lot of injuries. They had no George Kittle. They had no Debo Samuel. They had no. I think Ayuk. Was Ayuk even playing? I don't even remember. But it's they had a lot of injuries. They were just totally injured last year, and C.J. Beathard had to take over the game because it was. I wouldn't go too far into we beat them the past 2 years. Every year's different, but they were literally injured as much as we were last year. So it was kind of crazy. Steven said, which team do you hate the most in the NFC East? I hate the Cowboys a lot. The Cowboy fans I don't like. Then the Giants come out of their holes when they do stuff like this. They're like Jet fans. They're almost the same. Like when they sign a bunch of free agents, like there's years where they're just never excited and they don't come out. But when they do stuff like this, they just come out of their tunnels. That's what usually happens all the time. Well, I mean, Sanders, what do you think we would have to give up for Russ? Nah, Russell Wilson is not going to happen. If it was back in 2016, sure. But now, definitely not. You're giving up like 2-3 first-round picks for him. If it was that intriguing, no. That's a short window for Russell Wilson. Probably played for a few more years, but at the same time, like, I want a young quarterback that's here for a lifetime. That's here for 10 or more years. Tom said, I've been impressed by Kenny G. Jay Davis said, I saw New England media saying Eagles media is lying about Eagles' pure domination of the prospects. Thoughts on that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Eagles media, they do lie about a lot of things, but from what I've seen video-wise the past 2 days, I think they've gotten beat tremendously. Aguilar and N'Keal Harry literally were doing well against the second-team defense. They couldn't do anything against our first-team defense. The Patriots ran, 20 plays? What did they run? 20 plays in the 20-yard line in the red zone today? What was it, 15 plays, whatever it was, 14 plays, 20 plays? They ran about 20 plays, whatever the number it is I read today. Inside the 20, couldn't get a touchdown today. So I don't know what they're seeing. Maybe they're seeing like a couple good things that happened. But, yeah, I'm not saying that Patriots probably didn't look that bad, but they definitely got beat these past 2 days. Literally. Right? Turntable Teddy with Super Chat said, if Hurts is the guy, what position do you see us taking in the draft with 2 first round? The 2 first picks in the draft next year, you're going defense. You're going pass rusher. You're going corner or corner pass rusher. Whatever you want to do. It's a very heavy defensive draft next year. I think that's what you're doing next year. You're going in for defense. You're going to get a corner in the building. Depends what you do with Steven Nelson. He's only here for 1 year. Darius Slay's contract is done after 2022. So you're going to be down to no corners once again after 2022. Steven Nelson's going after this year. Does McPherson step up at that corner spot, go draft a corner? I don't know. Or do you let McPherson develop another year and you bring in another cornerback? Best corner in the draft, Stingley from LSU. If that's going to be the case, I don't know. But it's a wait-and-see process. We got to see what we have. So we'll see. We'll see. Evan Brad says, do you think we're keeping 3 first rounds? No, you're not. You're not spending 3 first rounds in the draft. You're literally either one of those. If the Eagles end up getting the 3 first round picks, one of those picks is definitely going to go towards either a big trade for a good player, or you're going to spend it, or you're going to. Honestly, guys, I wouldn't even mind trading it to a team that wants it and getting a first round pick for 2023. I would rather do that to have more picks for the future, have an extra first round pick for the future. Why not? I don't see why they shouldn't. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. Should be interesting, though. King of Philly Truth says, O-line stay healthy, we good. I think that's definitely the truth out of that. I think we keep the O-line stays healthy. I think we're in a good position. I think we're in great position. Jocks, the Eagles need to extend Mulata now before he gets expensive. We'll see. We'll see. We have to work on Goddard's extension first, and we'll figure out. Mulata's not going to want to sign anywhere else either. Mulata's got a brotherhood with this offensive line, and I think with Jeff Stoutland is going to, I don't know how long Jeff Stoutland's going to be here. Praise him for being here since the Chip Kelly era. Doug Peterson kept him on the roster, on the coaching staff. That was fine. You know what I mean? So, should be interesting, but we're just going to have to see. Going to have to see. Edmund Brad said, and if Steven Nelson does good, do you think he's going to – it depends if he wants to stay here. If he wants to stay here, he'll be like, hey, I want to stay here, but I probably want a little bit more money. Then, yeah. We met in the middle. He wanted more than $3 million. Probably wanted like 5. We met in the middle at 4. So there you go. We got that deal done. So, bye. I'm gonna go enjoy watching Dumpster Fire. God, so such a loser. What a loser. Big D seems Philly media isn't the only one that is. Matt says no. It's because he knows you're trolling your grandma's basement, wasting your time in here. Paul says, Hightower reminds me a lot like Torrey Smith. Always gets open at good speed, but drops the easy pass. Struggles getting his head around the time, around time then to make a big play down the field. Yeah, some of that is correct. Like he had drops. Early in the very early in the season. Dropped wide open passes. We're like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And then finally caught up. Did some go routes. Caught some. The tracking the football got a little bit better. But I think he's missing a lot of value time right now. It's unfortunate. Like I like Hightower a lot. He's missing a lot of time. I just don't think they're cutting him. I just think that they're like Hightower's got a lot to show, and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside cannot make this roster in front of Hightower. I just don't see it. I just don't. Jay Davis, Joe Judge cries about not making the playoffs when he's 6-10 and not taking care of his own business. He's lost all credibility at that moment. I think he has too. Like if you're a coach that's going to complain about what the Eagles did, and I don't care if the Eagles cheated. I'm not really cheating, but they just used whatever to their advantage. I mean, look, if I'm 6-10 right now and a team did that to us, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be mad at it, but I'm not going to be like, oh, of course they did that, blah blah blah, and start blaming them for us not. Come on now. Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic here, okay? Let's just be a little realistic here. Crazy. Wes Cricket says, cornerback hopefully first. I hope we get a cornerback first. Big D said, I think they're going DT next year. They could, DT or defensive end. I think they should go defensive tackle as well. Fletcher Cox, all eyes on Fletcher Cox. Gotta watch out. We need plenty of we need production from our 2-star defensive tackles. That's definite. Paul Bassi Hightower needs to bulk up and get stronger. That's got to happen too. I think he will. Let him hit the field first. We'll be all right. Matt says sold. Sad you waste your time trolling, but see, he takes care of it. See, Matt has a wrench and he takes care of my chat. That's what it's about. We got a super chat from Nick Johnson. Again, appreciate it, from Iowa, diehard fan. Keep on top of the birds as well as you do. It's nice to hear honest insight about a player, no matter vet or rookie. No, I appreciate it, Nick. We're here all year round, guys. Like we cover everything all year, and I started this channel in 2016 and never knew it was going to turn out to be like this. So I met some great people on the way, and obviously great people that support the channel, just like yourself as well. So yeah, man, appreciate the support, and I don't take it for granted, man. I'm very grateful for people that watch, for people to sit there and watch your videos. It makes me feel so good every day, and that's why I love this so much. Not just for obviously the channel, but for the Philadelphia Eagles and how much passion I do have for them. So Nick, much love, man. Much love, dude. Much love. Love guys that say stuff like that. It makes me feel better. It really makes my day when people say stuff like that. It really does. So love all you guys that are in here. I lost my chat. What's going on? Not lose my chat, but you know what I mean. Whoa. What's going on here? All right, we're good. Alan Ramos' third-round picks for 2022 are only 2. I think so. 2 picks in the third round for 2022 draft. I think so. Couch Filthy, what's going on? So I don't want to sound too crazy, but I'm in love in the energy and what I'm seeing in camp. You're not going crazy. Why are people afraid to be excited? Like, oh, don't get too excited, guys, because, don't get too excited because, the regular season hasn't started yet. People need to relax. People need to chill out. Like, why can't I? We didn't have an offseason last year. Why can't I be excited about these players? Like, why? Like, I don't get it. And there's people that do that. I don't get how you can't be excited. We had no football. We had no offseason, no training camp, no OTAs, no nothing. I mean, we had like 2 weeks of preschool camp, like whatever that was last year that we had. Let's stay 6 feet away from each other, still practice. I don't know what that was about, but it is what it is. I'm making a joke, but you know what I mean. Just Mike HK says, your title is a little off. It should read best wide receiver. Yeah, I might have to change it. Right? All right. Oh, can't change it. I was going to change it, but it is what it is. But appreciate it, Justin. Appreciate it, man. Nelson Big Floyd said, your videos are great. I appreciate it, man. Much love, dude. Much love. Big D says, I would rather take a corner first round, but knowing this team like I do, they'll pick a defensive tackle. And really, that's not a bad thing either. It just depends, like, by the draft next year, we need to see what we're doing at corner. Like, where are we at corner? Is Steven Nelson re-signed? Is McPherson going to be a starter? I don't know. But they need to hit the draft another time for a cornerback. They need a young cornerback, another one. They need to draft another one. McPherson and a first-round pick. I mean, I know Darius Slay. Darius Slay probably won't get released next year or traded. I think he'll be on this team for one last year, and that's it. I mean, he's getting a hefty contract right now. We'll see where that goes. But if they decide to go elsewhere, they could go. They could go a different direction and go get a corner in the first round to start opposite of Slay. So we'll see. Alon Ramos, third round, 3 first round pick. I already read that. BF says, hypothetically, if you could only take one you could take one Quez or Rager, who are you taking? Oh, man, why are you doing this to me? This is a hard one. I mean, I love Quez, what he's doing. I mean, Quez, I like Quez. He's got length. He's got his route tree looks really good. I mean, I'd probably pick Quez right now. Because of I think he just gives a little bit more, but at the same time, I need to see more Rager in games. I just think he's going to get separation from just being in open space and just being as fast as he is. And his vertical's 42 inches, guys. Like he jumps a 42-inch vertical. So like those one-handed catches that he's been getting, he did it in college. He's doing it in the NFL now. Obviously not in real games, but looking really good. Quez would probably be the guy, but don't put me in that spot, man. You're making me uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. Jesse says, we'd like to see a first round at offensive line, too. Some guys up front are getting old and hurt. Well, you have depth at offensive line. The Eagles always draft an offensive lineman. They will draft one next year. I don't think you have to go in the first round and get an offensive lineman next year. I don't think you have to. Nate Herbig could play both guard spots, okay? Landon Dickerson will become your starting center once J.C. Kelsey retires next year. You have Jack Driscoll that played really well last year. Really well. I mean, even the first game. I mean, They started Jack Driscoll over Matt Pryor at right tackle when Lane Johnson was out for the first game against Washington last year. So that should tell you a lot as of right now. So I'm excited. Michael says, Iowa, we love y'all. Go Eagles. Big D says, which I have very little issues with. I don't either. I don't either. Bishop Matt says, O-line could be a pass next draft also. It could. It could, but I don't think so. I think they will draft one. Child's Place at Q says, Sean Bradley is bananas. Does that mean that is that a good thing? Is him being bananas actually a good thing? I think Sean Bradley is good. I think he's the fourth linebacker, the fourth best linebacker on this team right now. I like Alex Singleton. I love T.J. Edwards. T.J. Edwards is all over the place. Alex Singleton's all over the place. Eric Wilson, I think, is really good and has a nice balance with coverage and blitzing. Eric Wilson's probably going to change my mind later on. He'll probably be a lot better than some of the guys just because he's got to get more snaps with starting D. I think he'll play really well. We got Eli, love them Birds 367. Hey, Joey, go Birds. Appreciate it, bro. Go Birds. Fly Eagles 5, bro. Big D says, I think we should pay attention to Taylor Heineke. I think he could be legit. He could. He could be legit. I'm trying to get through this chat as much as I possibly can. We're going on 2 hours, 2 minutes. Do appreciate everybody being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Guys haven't hit the like button to the stream, hit the like button. You won't miss it. Let's try to get this to 300 likes if we could. Much appreciated to everybody being here today. We're going to be live streaming the play-by-play of the game on Thursday night, so check that out. And then Saturday, the Philly Shakedown podcast. But Thursday night, we'll be streaming after the game, during the game, and then another stream after the game, post-game stream. Wednesday night, the night before the game, we're going to be streaming again. I think that's tomorrow. Was today Tuesday? I forgot. I'm not. My days are all mixed up. Okay, my days are all mixed up. But I do appreciate everybody. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Much appreciate to everybody. Check out my videos. If you guys like them, great. If not, it is what it is. I just cover the Eagles all year round. It's great doing this. I appreciate all the support everyone's been giving me. It's been fantastic. Nick Johnson with another super chat. Appreciate it, man. Says you're honest with how this team sits and how these players are, and you honestly don't get insight like this anywhere else. Watch all your vids as soon as I get off work. Number one Eagles insider, Joey. Man, that... Look, my self-esteem is bad. My self-esteem is not good, okay? I don't really know. I don't know how good my content is. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. I just put out my all every day. It gets me emotional. Just hearing stuff like that, it gets me emotional because you know what? I've worked my tail off the past 6 years and didn't think this channel was going to turn into really much of anything. You know, I don't think it's much of a channel. I think it's a place to talk Eagles. It's a place to meet people, and that's it. But you know, it really means a lot to people that watch. And when I see just people that watch a lot, it's you know, you get the trolls, you get the people that don't like you, and it's great. But at the same time, like, I'm not here to be the best YouTuber. I'm not here to do any of that. I'm just here to just be me. And that's it. There are people in the chat that know me personally. Matt Weeks is a moderator. He knows me personally. You know, so there's a lot of people that I've gotten to know, and people have gotten to know me. So I love all you guys. Love all you guys. So good friends with Philly 500, Desert Eagle, Matt Weeks, a bunch of other guys, Philly the podcast, Joe Castro, a bunch of guys I've met, and it's been fantastic. So Nick, really appreciate it, bro. It means a lot. It means definitely a lot, man. To hear that, it makes my day. You just made my day today. You guys made my day. Whew. All right. Sean Step, Joey, any words on Belichick talking to Ertz to his wife? The Patriots' two-star tight ends are week to week with injuries. We're going to see. We're going to see. Imagine if there is a trade. Imagine if there is something. Bishop Madison says, I'm done with Herbig, my guy. Why? Why are we done with Nate Herbig? I don't see why we're done. Why are we done? We got a super chat from Turntable Teddy. He says, Joey, your content is always fire, but low-key, love to see what T-shirt you're wearing. I am wearing, I mean, you can't really see it, but it is a Star Wars T-shirt. You can't see it, but yeah, that's my Star Wars T-shirt. I'm a big horror buff as well, guys, so I'm actually thinking about doing like a horror channel as well, covering like horror news and stuff like that. It's another passion I do have. So Turntable Teddy, much appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. Got Nick Johnson with Super Chat. Says, great, bro. Real Eagles fan. Keep a tune with you. If they don't, they don't like the facts. Your channel is literally great content. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. There are people out there, it really makes me angry sometimes because there are people out there that try to split the fan base. I don't like people that do it purposely. It's just like going to work and working with someone you don't like that tries to like cause trouble all the time. It's just like that, and it kind of gets to me a little bit. It kind of goes crazy, you know what I mean? But I do appreciate it, man. I do appreciate it. Bleed Green says, Shake Squad up. You give us Eagles news first. I appreciate it. Much love, man. Mike Little says, you the man, Joey. Your content is great. All your hard work is appreciated. Shout out to Nick Johnson for a good comment. Yeah, Nick with a great comment. And all you guys have been commenting. Just really do appreciate it. Big D said, I got the Star Wars Dr. Squash. Dr. Squash soap is really good, guys. I got Dr. Squash. Like, I saw, like, you know what made me buy it? What made me buy it was literally the commercial for it. Dr. Squash soap is, like, the best soap you'll ever use. Like, I'm not big into, like, what soap I use. Like, I'm an Old Spice type guy. I don't know. I'm an Old Spice type guy. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Matt said, I really do hope that Brooks has a healthy season. Yeah, I think if Brooks doesn't stay healthy, he's done. I think it's done as of right now. And he says, yeah, the quarterback class for next year is very deep. At least 5 quarterbacks could go in the first round. Yeah, it's a very good cornerback class next year. So hoping the Eagles could jump on that. Should be interesting. What happens. King James with the Super Chat. Appreciate it, man. Said, if our last 2 draft class, 2020, 2021, step up this season, does Howie look like genius going into next year's draft, potential 3 first-rounders? Yeah, I mean, if we get production out of these picks, then yeah. I mean, so far right now, I mean, if Landon, I think the final piece of the puzzle of this draft class that we just had, if Landon Dickerson works out next year, I think that's where that draft's going to turn to an A-, maybe that. I mean, it's gonna spice up that draft even more. The Landon Dickerson pick was like, I like him and his ceiling, but the problem is we needed a cornerback badly at the time. Could have drafted JOK. JOK's playing really good for the Browns right now. So, that pick was very iffy with me, but if Teron Jackson plays well, Milton Williams plays well, Kenneth Gainwell, 5th-round pick Steele plays well, Zach McPherson turns out to be a quality corner that's learning, that could play well, and Landon Dickerson balls out next year, starts for Jason Kelsey, even comes in this year if he has to. Landon Dickerson works out. I know Devontae Smith will work out. Landon Dickerson works out. That draft was perfect. That draft, I can't believe I'm saying it, other than really Patrick Johnson. That's really more of a project. Not really going to be a starter right now. And Jacoby Stevens is another guy that I'm looking for to be that hybrid linebacker / safety. See what he could do. Be that Malcolm Jenkins, Will Parks type piece that moves around the field. That we should really need. I like guys that can move around and play multiple positions. That's what I do like a lot. So that's definite. But King James, that's good though. It's a good question though. Bishop Matthews, there's a reason LaRaven on squad depth is suspect. Well, he's coming off an ACL last year. He could play left tackle, right guard, and right tackle. So he's played multiple positions for the Colts. So is he better than Andre Dillard? He probably will be. I don't know, but we'll see. David also says Barnett's shoulder made of glass. Yeah, he's already hurt already. Sean said the picture of Ertz and Bill at top Twitter and Perfect Show. We need this trade so we don't worry about Howie doing something stupid with Jackson. No, I think they can't mess this up. Like if they're serious about it and they get like a mid-draft pick, I think obviously it's going to be better if he goes to the Patriots because, number one, Bill Belichick is seeing Zach Ertz at practice and how he's playing, and obviously talking with him, good relationship, might sign him, might trade for him. I don't know. But definitely something to look at as of right now. We'll see what happens, but, we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. Where am I? All right, I'm sorry. I'm all over the place right now. Sorry, I got emotional before, so I'm like, whew, I'm good, though. Nick Johnson, Super Chat, says it hurts season. It's Joey season on both. Shouldn't care about the haters. Just keep grinding both. Got real people in the corner praying for great success. And if you guys haven't checked out, Philly 500 and me are very, we're best friends. Like, we're very good friends. We don't talk football. We talk football, but we talk about other things off the field too. So if you guys haven't subscribed to him, please subscribe to him. I mean, if you guys don't know what Philly 500 is, I don't know what to tell you. You guys are living under a rock. we do a podcast that we absolutely love to do every single week, and it's getting bigger and it's getting better and it's funny. It's not professional. It's just us and us being ourselves. So if you guys haven't checked it out, please check it out every Saturday. Much love to everybody in here. Nick, thank you very much, man. Got a super chat from Turntable Teddy. What's going on? So I've said on Twitter, but I never watch NFL Game Day anymore because your reporting and insights put them to shame. All meat, no filler. I think when you watch stuff on TV, they like to. I like speculation. I'm into like rumors and speculation, all that stuff, and going through like different trades and options and stuff like that. That's why the off season for me is my bread and butter of the channel, because I really go deep into it, like a lot. So hey, I really do appreciate the compliment. I do. I don't really watch NFL Network. Like if it's on, I'll put it on and just see what's going. If the Eagles are on it or whatever, I'll just turn it on. But when it comes into effect, like. I usually just do my own thing and, go on Twitter and see what's going on with the news and stuff. I've reading my best insights mostly on Twitter more than watching on TV. So, Turntable Teddy, much appreciated, man. ZTV says, how many wins? I'm hoping 10 wins or more. I said 7. I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. Can't lose my voice. Philly 0024 says, that Dolphins pick could be a top 10 easily if Tua doesn't pan out. That plus the division has gotten a lot better. Tua didn't really play really well. Tua has not been playing well. I mean, there was, I think Baldy went over some of his passes, talking about there's opportunities missed. Like he'll hesitate way too much when he has a wide open guy for a good chunk of yards, and he hesitates too much where he should be throwing it. When he feels that it should be right, he doesn't throw the football. So that's gonna. I mean, hoping that Dolphins pick. I hope they're horrible. That pick is gonna be very important, obviously with the Colts as well. Ohami's family says Barnett and a second for Cam Jordan. That's good. How old is Cam Jordan? That's what I want to know. Big D says U500 Desmond Brunson Big 4. Appreciate it, bro. Ben Simmons says you have great content, Mr. Shakes. Appreciate it, man. Hope everyone is having a good time and day. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. Get ready for this week. Football is back, guys. It's so exciting. Like June, it was like July. It was like July and August. It was June, July before the end of July. It was like real dead. It was like, we need the season to start. We need stuff to happen already. Sixers dub. What's going on, man? It says Bat Week says, don't you frown. It's the Philly shakedown. We got a new intro, by the way. You guys will see it on Saturday. If you guys didn't check it, go to Philly 500 channel and check out the intro. Joe Castro from Philly the podcast made a rap song for our intro to Philly Shakedown. It was a lot of fun. It was actually a joke at first, and then he made it, and I actually was like, we're definitely using this. So it was great. Bishop Max says, that 17 mil in cap space intrigues me. Roll over or use it this year. It depends, really. I think we don't really have to necessarily use it, but I think one thing we have to look out for is waivers, guys. There are going to be teams that release players that were highly productive but have no room for them, okay? I want to see what the Eagles do pick up when the 53-man roster is made. I want to see who the Eagles pick up off waivers. Usually when you get players off waivers, you start to get interest. You can pick up some good, productive players off waivers. So you never know what can happen, but that's something you have to look out for. Sean Steps, hey, Joey, how good do you think Jace Jackson will be if he a player you definitely want to keep him on the roster? Definitely. I mean, I think he's in a learning mode right now. Tyree Jackson is definitely learning the position of tight end right now, but I think doing time, it's going to look a lot better. I think it's going to look really good. So I don't want him to go anywhere. Do not put him on practice squad. You put him on practice squad, someone's taking him immediately. They know. I mean, I don't think they're stupid, but I think they know. John Hernandez says, are you going to the home opener game at Eagles against the 49ers? I will be at the home opener, Eagles 49ers. So, yes, I'm not streaming the game. I'm going to meet a couple people there as well. So it should be a lot of fun. I meet a couple of content creators. Desert Eagle is actually he tried to get seats right near me, so we'll probably hopefully sit together. I don't know yet by the time we get there and stuff. So I'm gonna have a vlog and some stuff going on. I'll record like from my seats, and we'll do some stuff. So we'll have a video when I leave, and then we'll actually that game when I get back from Philly, we'll actually do a live stream that night about the game as well. So it should be a lot of fun. Do you see us making big moves next year in free agency? I don't look like you don't have to make big moves in free agency unless you have something you're not addressing in the draft. So really, if you're under the cap, you have cap space, you have draft capital, you're producing and you're developing players, so you don't have to spend a lot of money in free agency. That's when you don't have to spend a lot of money in free agency. So you don't have to do that all the time. You know what I mean? So I would really, just wait, see how this roster, see what happens after this year. See we'll know by the end of this year what we need and what we don't need, who are the dead weight players, guys that need to be let go or given a second chance, or, we'll see what happens. But I think this is a building block year for the Eagles. I think the Eagles need to be smart in free agency next year. I would say, we have money, let's just spend it. No, we need to be smart, strategic with our cap space. That's when you develop players. This is why the Patriots have been a good team for years, even when Tom Brady was there, because they plugged in any player that worked in their system. They have smart coaches. They don't play favorites. They don't get emotionally attached to players. They don't pay players for past success. They go year by year, and your job is not safe when you're in a New England Patriot. That's why this roster is turning differently. Your job is not safe as a Philadelphia Eagle every single year. Veteran or not, that's what I like. Bishop, man, so I'll be a man and say I thought Hightower was better. Bishop, I thought the same thing. I thought Hightower was going to be better than Quez Watkins. And people were like, no, you haven't seen Quez Watkins play. Once he gets his chance, you watch it. I'm eating my own words as of right now. Big D says, don't stop eating bison just because of my XQB. Oh, Hannah, Meansfield says, would you want Allen Robinson if he does that? I don't want any receivers. No receivers. I want nobody. No veterans, no nothing. Let these guys unleash these guys out of their cages and let them roar. Let them go. Let them roar. Or whatever I just said. Let them go out there and play. Let them put themselves on the map in the NFL. Let them prove themselves. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get through these as fast as I possibly can. Big D's, I've been pronouncing my video package for my future chats. Steven Wu says, which team do you hate the most in the NFC East? I said the Cowboys. That's just me. Six Dub said, we need Deshaun Watson to be an Eagle ASAP as a starter. Not this year, bro. If it's a next year thing, then definitely. But we'll see, though. We'll see. Emmanuel Gronger says, you got to add Philly Mike. Is that a list? Oh, it's a Big D. Sorry. I'm not reading that right. Oh, Hana Meets Jones. You see Jack Stahl making the team? As of right now, no. As of right now, definitely not. Paul Mancini here, rolled the cap over 2022. The Eagles have almost 24 players whose contracts are up at 2021. Defense, Sweat, Barnett, Kerrigan, Wilson, Singleton, Harris, Nelson, McLeod, and Maddox. Yeah, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people because you have a lot of one-year deals. Eric Wilson and obviously Anthony Harris. So should be interesting offseason next year. Definitely. David Allison said, I'd take Curado over Watson. Matt says, Steven, for me personally, used to be Cowboys, but now it's the Giants, especially after last year. Ohana says, do you think Eagles resign Steven Nelson? It depends how much money he wants. If he plays well, it depends how much money he wants. If he wants too much money, let him go. Just let him go. Let him go wherever he's got to go. He wants to go to another contender. He wants to go somewhere. It's really up to him. It really depends. It's really all up to him at the end of the year. And if not, if he wants too much money, you let him go. You go draft a corner. You go see what you have in McPherson by next year. I don't know. Darius Slay's still on the roster for 2022. Then he's a free agent. So Steven says, Matt, yes, Giants are the worst. Paul says, on offense, Jordan Malott, Ertz, Flacco, Mullins, Howard, B. Scott. So a ton of players need to see who to resign. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of guys. But I think that's not a bad thing either because it's putting pressure on these players to do well this year, so it's a good thing. There's 255 people to chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Hit the like button. Try to get this to 300 likes if you guys can. It does help the channel out a lot. Check out the description below. Follow me on Twitter at JoeyShake72 if you guys haven't. And we're going to get this going. We're going to go for a few more minutes, guys. We've been over 2 hours, 19 minutes. Already, so I don't want to go too heavy with the stream. I mean, it's already heavy, but I'm enjoying myself. Hope you guys are having fun as well. But subscribe, like the video. We'll go for like 5 to 10 minutes. We'll go for like maybe 5 minutes. I think we'll call it a day today. So much love to everybody. Dribble 5 said Hurts is a baller than our first quarterback. Sue. Big D said Aaron Rodgers ditching Green Bay indifferent and quit ditching us. Rodgers has been so many consecutive NFC title games and eventually reached his breaking point. He was almost going to retire last year. Didn't happen, though. You know what I mean? So. Got Nick Johnson super chat. Appreciate it. Says, I think running back wise, I think it's Sanders, Howard, then Boston. Gainwell shows promise too, but it's going to have to be these preseason games to see who wants it. I think that's true too. I don't think nobody's given positions of the running back. Elijah Holyfield and Jordan Howard will probably compete, and then you have Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell competing as well. Miles Sanders is obviously locked in, so it should be interesting. And if they use an extra roster spot to keep 5 running backs, then that's really up to them. The Eagles have 2 extra roster spots. See what they do with them. You know what I mean? See what they do with them. Emmanuel Garner says, I hope Jalen can be ball out soon. We don't have to waste a first on a QB next year. Could use them picks to fill out the rest of the roster. Definitely. That's definite. I think, we don't want to use a first-round pick on a QB. We don't want to trade for a QB next year. I'm praying and hoping to God. And I'm like, if Jalen Hurts works out and is capable of being a franchise quarterback, I'm telling you right now, like, it's going to be the biggest gift. Because whatever happens with Jalen Hurts in the future, if Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl for the Eagles or does anything great for the Eagles, let me tell you something. We're always going to hate that second-round pick. We're always going to hate it, but it was a blessing in disguise. You know what I mean? That pick will always be a blessing in disguise if this works out. It's going to be like, wow, like it seems like everything just fell into place. You know what I mean? So it's going to be really interesting. Landon Herb says, how would you honestly rank the NFC East offense and defense currently? As of right now, I mean, it's a hard one. I mean, really, it's hard because I got to see all these teams on the field. I mean, I don't know what these teams are going to look like. It's hard for me to really rank them. I think the defense, it could be the best defense in the whole league. I mean, at least the whole division as of right now. Offensively, it's like a wait and see process with it. I just need to see a different type of. I just need to see a different type of team with them. So. Diaz until Watson don't drop. Oh, no. No, that's not good. Dave K. Pomsey, no way that got. Oh, my God. This is getting bad. AB3 says, damn, Joe, I missed the live. I'm going to have to catch up on a playback. Yeah, catch on the playback. We're going to be streaming Wednesday night as well. Wednesday night we'll be streaming, so catch up on that too. So we'll have a lot of fun. We'll stream Wednesday night as well. And then Thursday we're streaming the game, live play-by-play, and then post-game after the game, so it should be a lot of fun. Darren Brown says, how do you feel about Miles Sanders' struggles on dropping? I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't happen. I don't know if it's just something that's just happening with him, depending I don't know how the balls are thrown him. Is he coming back for the football? I wish I could see reps on that. It's alarming a little bit, but I mean, you can always just hand him the football. Just don't fumble the football this year, because if he starts making mistakes, they're going to take him out and put someone else in until he corrects these issues. So let's see. AB3 says, like and sub, Shake Squad up. Appreciate it, man. Shake Squad up. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Appreciate it, guys. Ohana says, do you see this happening? Resign Steven Nelson, draft Derek Stingley, and trade Slay for a player and pick? That could happen, too. You could do that as well next year. That's definitely something to watch out for. A video in the works definitely for next year. Trading Slay for more draft capital. You could do that on the last year of his contract. You could keep, you know what I mean? Could happen. Could keep McPherson, could keep Steven Nelson, and could draft the number 1 corner in the draft next year. So it should be interesting. Philly B. Max says, Philly be in the house. What's up, fam? Hope you're staying healthy and blessed. Much love to you as well. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good week. Excited for football. Lord Dare says, I'm going to have the money to do the home opener. It will be my first time going to a game. Wait, you're going to the opener, Dagger? That'd be great, man. Matt says, hey, I'm finished with trying to pick up vet receivers. Time to let the young bucks shine. Perfect, Matt. That's the perfect statement right there. Perfect statement. Nelson says, Joey, you hear that Wentz expected to be coming back week 1, may still get the first-round pick. Yeah, but you know what? I don't have him being – if he rushes – this is what he did after 2017. He wasn't ready to come back, but he didn't care, and he came back and then developed other injuries. He developed that back injury. That LCL, ACL injury was still healing, and he still came back. It wasn't even 80% yet at the time. So at this point, like, if he comes back to game 1, yeah, it's a good thing for us, but at the same time, we just have to pray he doesn't get hurt again, because I feel like that's what's going to happen with him. You know what I mean? Bergen Griff, what's going on, man? I think Deuce Stanley will regret leaving. He had chances. He didn't take, they didn't make him an offensive coordinator. I thought they should have at least bumped him up. They never did. Now he's pretty much the same position, running back coach, assistant head coach with the Detroit Lions now. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, I'm going to miss him a lot. This new running backs coach is actually pretty pretty. He goes hard on these running backs. He's got like literally Rocky gloves. He's got these big red boxing gloves. He's trying to punch the ball out of everybody's hands. I mean, I like it. It's good. I mean, give this guy a chance. We'll see what happens. Means family says the Eagles gave Wentz a billion shots. It would be only right for them to stick their neck out for Jalen. Paul says the cap is already set to 208 max. Is that already set? 208 million maximum. 220. Eagles have about 14 million 2022 since they restructured some contracts this year. Took some of the 220 cap space already. Yeah, so it definitely makes sense. They're going to have cap space next year, and they're going to and more veterans are going to get. I think another veteran or two is going to get traded next year as well. I think that's actually going to happen, whether it's Fletcher Cox or Brandon Brooks or I don't know. I mean, if Brandon Brooks gets hurt, I say you got to trade him. At this point, 2 Achilles, a hamstring injury, not even the second day of training camp, and if he gets hurt again and still misses a lot of time, they have to get rid of him at this point. It's not helping us in the long run. You know what I mean? Philly 0024 said the only area I would spend free agent next season is DB and O-line, preferably a young guard. I don't mind that either. Young guard, definitely. Bishop Maddox said, I kind of hate to say it, but Melodic Quez, etc. Howie job looking safe. Last year, this is the last year of Howie's contract. They haven't extended him yet, but we're going to find out what happens. We'll see what happens. He's looking good right now, and if the season goes well, it's going to look even sweeter. Sixer said, I do like it hurts, but no need to overhype him when he's only played 5 career games, only one for a couple interceptions, 2 fumbles. We need to see him put team on his back. Wentz did over and over again. Wentz put the team on his back at the end of 2019, at the last month of the season. I mean, other than that, he's been hurt. Other than that, hasn't really played well. Nick Foles took over the 2018 season. So, other than really half of 3/4 of a Super Bowl year and a month of the end of 2019, that's all I've really. He did put the team on his back the last month of the season. He had no weapons. Greg Ward kind of rose to that occasion of being that resilient receiver that was a fan favorite. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, man. But he says Wentz trying to come back early. So yeah, right. Like, are we really surprised Wentz is trying to come back early? Like, the guy's never going to have a full season. It's just never going to happen. John Hernandez says, do you think Devonta Smith will return soon and play a preseason game? I hope he does, but I don't know if they're going to put him in. I really don't know if it's going to happen, though. Paul says, Deuce ain't regretting anything in Happy Detroit per all reports I've read. Yeah, I think everything's going good with him over there, so good for him. Matt said, that's awesome. Enjoy it, man. First game was a preseason game 2019. It was a ton of fun, Dagger. That's good, man. Dagger going to the game. That's great. Tronics, what's going on? So Matt, DK Metcalf, Judge Everett, Devonta Smith on the same team. Yeah, but you know what? I'm fine with what we have now. We're in a new era now. Those times are over with. There's no Doug Peterson here anymore. Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gann are making some of these picks. So, it is what it is. We just got to get over it. It's done now. Ohan says, did you see Smitty playing last preseason game? No, Smitty did not play at all. B-Max says, what do you think about the chemistry of the offense, my guy? I hope you are staying healthy and blessed. Much love, fam. Appreciate it, man. The chemistry is good. I think it's good. I think it's growing over time. Every day it gets better and better. There was a difference between the beginning of the OTAs and definitely a lot better now. I think it's getting. I think the guys they're getting the camaraderie is starting to take place here. A brotherhood, the culture is starting to take place. Obviously, Nick Sirianni started this with the culture, so it's good though. Dave Al says that Watts needs to stop telling women. You guys are horrible. You guys are horrible. Lord says if we get DK, we wouldn't have Smith or Jefferson. That's definite. Yeah, that's definite. What do you mean freeze? Hami's family says what would you want for Darius Slay? I mean, for Slay, I would say a second to third round pick. A third round pick, the most. Maybe the least, the most I'll take is a third round pick for him, and I would not. I would want anything more than that. Nothing more than that. Got Chris Holman with the super chat. Appreciate it. If Rager and Watkins blow out the season like they have this trade cap, what's your projection for both of their receiver yards for this year, for the year? I mean, Devontae Smith should have over 1,000 yards. Smith could have at least 700 to 800 yards receiving. I mean, Rager. Sorry, if Rager could have 700 to 800 yards receiving, I'd be happy with that. I mean, the ball's going to go to everybody. Quez Watkins going to get the ball a lot, too. So, like, to have 1,000-yard receiver is great, but, like, if every receiver's over, like, 500-600 yards, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? That's a lot of production. So, you're going to be using your tight ends. You're going to be using your running backs, run first team. So, there's a lot going on there. But that's a good question, though, Chris. Good question. Philly 024 says, I think Kelsey has been the best center. His RMI should have been all-decade team, too. He should. He gets very disrespected. I don't know why he gets the disrespect in the league like that. John Phillips just joined. So I'm not sure if you talked about it before, but what are your realistic expectations for Hurts this year? Really, Jalen Hurts, the expectations I have is for him to go through his progressions, go through his reads, be a pocket quarterback, and obviously use his mobility to his advantage, and just be smart with the football. Don't fumble the football, and throw it out of bounds when you need to. And they did in that preseason game, throwing it out of bounds. Nobody was there. You don't just try to be a Carson Wentz and be a hero and try to throw it downfield. You don't do that. It's okay taking a shot at the end of the game when you need to win, but when you don't need to in a preseason game, try to practice the small things, sliding, protecting yourself. That's what's really important as of right now. So, but, we'll see about it. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army, Chris Holman. What's going on, man? I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the Shake Squad Army. Do appreciate it. There will be some content down the road this year. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Much love, man. Welcome to the Shake Squad Army. I love it. Love it. Appreciate it, bro. Joe Max says, Joey, what's your thoughts on Elliott? He stinks. No, he played good in that preseason game. He made 2 47-yard. He made a 47, a 47, a 50. So he looked good. But was there pressure in that preseason game? It's a preseason game, so probably not much pressure. But he got paid a 5-year, $19.5 million deal. I mean, why? Why did he get paid that much money? At this point, I don't know how it even. I don't know. I don't know why. But it should be interesting. It really should be interesting to see what happens with him. If he, I think after this year, they'll have some maneuvering around to where they can get rid of him. They couldn't get rid of him this year. It was dead cap. If they got rid of him, it would have been towards more dead cap this year. That contract was so bad. Whoever gave him that, whoever's idea was to give him that, whether it was Howie or Doug or whatever, the guy missed a 21-yard field goal last year. I mean, he's the opposite of choke. Like, he does the total opposite. He'll make a 35-yarder, but no, he'll make a 50-yarder, but he'll miss a 35-yarder. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. Philly B Max says, does a Tebow cut lead to an Ertz trade with Jax? It could. I mean, but I don't know if the Eagles are taking Zach Ertz into perspective of this, saying, "Oh, where do you think you want to go?" I think the Patriots. I think the Buffalo Bills have been the most realistic, in my opinion. They're a Super Bowl contender this year, so I mean that's just me. You know what I mean? Dave said, Devon Smith, Rookie of the Year, bro. Lindy Endzone, what's going on, man? Lindy Endzone is a content creator. He covers the Philadelphia Eagles, but he is a Dallas Mavericks fan, and he is a Atlanta Braves fan. But does content for the Eagles and the Dallas Mavericks. If you guys haven't checked his channel out, check his channel out. Good friend of mine. If you guys haven't seen his channel, please check him out if you guys have it. Paul says, it's not as long-term quality NFL star. Too small to see the entire field. Scrambles first side pressure. I got Aaron Herman, official. What's going on, bro? Doing good. Jock says, just think we have this young receiver core signed until 2024. It's great. It's fantastic. Ohami Simmons, you see our birds getting snubbed in the top 100. Brandon Graham, 99. Jason Kelsey, 92. And Fletch with 6'2". Should all have been higher. I think so. I think so as well. With Brandon Graham, it's more of like his sack numbers aren't great. He got 8 sacks this year. Would have been, I was hoping he would get in double digits. It didn't happen, though. But that's what's going to happen. But it only fuels us, guys. Every bit of the media has the offensive line's ranked 17th best. The Jalen Hurts. Why are you even ranking Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts is ranked second worst quarterback in the league in front of Drew Lock. I mean, that's how bad it's been. It's crazy. Matt said, I seen JP sign with the Bears. Thank God we moved on from him. He's done, but adios and good luck to him. Good luck to him. I mean, look. He's competing for a left tackle spot with the Bears. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. We got a new member to the Shake Squad Army, Nick Johnson. Appreciate it, man. Much love. We're going to have more content out. Go get your emojis, your loyalty badges, and stuff like that. Get a membership today. You won't regret it. You won't, because we're live streaming all the time. We cover the Eagles all year round, and your support has been fantastic. Love everybody. Thank you, Nick, very much. Thank you, Nick, for everything you've done today as well as everybody else. So... thank you, man. Philly 0024 says, could you honestly see Jags getting Ertz with Trevor Lawrence, best receiving weapons, being a running back, and Travis Etienne? I mean, I think Ertz is going to be highly, used. I see him going to Buffalo. It makes more sense because Ertz doesn't have to be the guy because that offense is just stacked. So he doesn't need to be the guy over there. If he goes to the Jags, he's going to be a highly, he's going to get targeted a lot. Probably be that safety blanket. So it's a rebuilding team that just needs more work, obviously. And then they have to see with Trevor Lawrence and obviously Urban Meyer's head coach. So it's something else you really got to look at. Chris Holland Super Chat said, since Johnson got cut, how many running backs do we keep and who do we keep? Plus, I was wondering if you could send some tips some on starting my own channel. How many running backs? If the Eagles keep 5 running backs, if they use the extra roster spot and keep 5, I mean, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Jordan Howard, Boston Scott, and I don't know. If you want to get a 5th, get that extra roster spot, go get Elijah Holyfield, or I don't know what you're going to use. I don't know. I want to see definitely more from this from this running back core coming to this game, but it is what it is. But starting your own channel, really just you start your own channel and you start. It's really all about pumping out a lot of content, using hashtags in your description so people, when they search news, they'll find your video. Just pump out content as much as possible. Don't get too fancy with how it looks and cameras and microphones and all that stuff. Like I think at the beginning stage, just pump out content. That's what I did. I just pumped it out. I didn't have a mic or a computer. I'm building a brand new computer right now. I'm actually building my own, a really powerful PC right now, and I'm going to get rid of this so my camera doesn't do as much as it should do. But that's what you should do if you want to do it. And if you have the passion to do it, it's great. It's a great thing. You meet more people. And obviously when you can, if you know people, you can have people kind of shout you out and kind of see where you go, you know what I mean? And get more eyes on your channel. I think just pumping out videos, starting your own channel, that's where, is a good start for right now. You know what I mean? A very good start. And then you can, upgrade, later on, and that's where it's really important. So, I think that's probably the best idea for you if you're just starting, definitely. So it took me about 5 years just to get monetized. So it takes time, but you never know where your channel is going to go. It just depends the type of content you put out. Now all the big news, when you make big news videos on all the stuff that happens with the Eagles, it's all about the videos you put in between the big news videos that really make you stand out and how much you do on your channel, whether you're covering free agency, the draft, how many videos you put out a day. It all depends on what you do there, on how many videos you want to put out every single day, every other day, every week, however people want to do it. But I think that's how you start out. So, definitely. Namebread says the media is not the few of them. They dictate how the season is going to go. Flippy said, if Hurts get us in the playoffs, does that solidify? Yeah, I think so. I think it does. If he gets us in the playoffs, yeah, I think it definitely seriously does. So speaking of seriously ill, he says, T.J. Edwards starting middle linebacker? Yeah, I think so. T.J. Edwards, Alex Singleton, sorry, just burped real loud. Alex Singleton and T.J. Edwards, Alex Singleton and Eric Wilson are your 3 right there. So that's what you're doing right there. Ohana says, sorry, I meant to. Do you think Smitty will play in the final preseason versus the Jets? Knew he would play a lot. I don't know if he's going to play. I'm not really sure as of right now. So that's something we just have to wait on. I don't know what they're doing because, I need him to get at least. I'm not saying a quarter. I'm not saying any of that. Like a series or two. That's all I want. A series or two. See what he looks like. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. He did good against the Patriots today. He was open for a touchdown today, but Jalen Hurts passed to Zach Ertz back of the end zone, Smith would have had a touchdown today. So, but all right, guys, there's 201 people in the chat, guys. Let's get this to 300 likes if you guys can. Like the video if you guys have not. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to be live streaming Wednesday night. We're going to be live streaming play-by-play of the game Thursday night. We're going to have a video afterwards and then a post-game stream after that. So it's going to be real busy. So definitely, guys, stick around. And we're going to be ready to see these starters play for a whole quarter. It's going to be a lot of fun. Follow me at Twitter, JoeyShake72. You'll find me on there easily. Much appreciated. We're on the verge of hitting 900 followers on Twitter, which is, I downloaded Twitter just to see news and stuff. I never knew I'd actually get followers on it. So, hey, if you want to follow, great. I talk about football. I talk about, I have some private life stuff out there I talk about. I post horror stuff and Star Wars things and, extra things in my life that I do on Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me on at JoeyShake72 at Twitter, go ahead. Like the stream. and subscribe if you guys haven't. Much love to everybody that came in today. Had a great time with everybody. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. Thank you to all of you for been supporting the channel and making me feel good today. You guys made me feel real good in my heart today. You really did. Love all you guys. And we'll see you, today's Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday. So we'll see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night stream. Should be a lot of fun for the matchup for the Eagles and Patriots. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you guys later. Remember, shake squat up, fly will fly. Peace out, guys. Peace.